Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Black Hawk Talk.
Wow, we don't actually need to equalize our voices this time.
Hello
Yay,
everyone.
because we are here.
Yeah.
Special episode.
Yeah, if you notice that everyone sounds a bit different, because we're doing it at my house.
Yeah,
I have
with
a house,
a proper
guys.
microphone.
Wow.
Not some cheap webcam thing that I use.
Hey, I use a proper microphone that's on my headset.
I mean, I only use my iPhone mic, so you know.
Well, I mean, it was just designed to be a microphone. The webcam thing was, we'll put one. It's an afterthought.
So of course this is still the usual Black Hawk Talk cast. There's me. I guess I'm the host. Is this my? I guess.
You're sat on the other side of the table.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it very much feels like a talk show.
Yeah, you're the one who's gonna be asking the questions like, so what you guys been playing today?
In that exact tone and voice.
Late nights with Wes.
So obviously there's me. It's just the Black Hawk. I don't know why I keep making it like it's a title or something. I don't know why I keep going D.
Branding,
The Black Hawk God.
Oh, Black
Branding.
Hawk.
When you
God.
expand to have a store with
Oh, it's a good
t-shirts
announcer
and
voice.
merch.
So
It's
yeah,
important.
it's me, or just it's Wes, is what other people call me, and then there's Tristan,
Hello.
and also known as Flamestryker, and then there's Sam,
Yo.
it's also known as Sart, and then there's Ian.
No, Ian is absent today.
Oh yeah, and he's just big with imagination.
We got
Yeah.
to
Well, he's using the force to talk to us to hear. So yes, there's Ian, it's Naietz.
Hey.
Naietz. So I guess, I mean, this is a free form. This is a free form episode.
basically,
We don't have
didn't
a.
bother preparing anything.
Yeah,
of
If you
course
want to
not.
think of it in a different way.
Yep.
Wait, no,
Well,
because,
we
like,
did prepare our D&D characters. For
Oh, we did.
Yeah, because like, well, we're gonna
I mean,
for
I did.
for
Same.
context.
Well, I didn't roll for him yet.
Oh, I've done everything.
Yeah, for context for everyone, we're gonna be like doing a D&D session. I don't know what I really want to record it because it's hours and hours of like stuff to record.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know how I really want to stream that.
Yeah, but
I mean, you don't need to stream
if
it.
we ever do roll for dick size, you do have to record.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we need particular people for that.
Hmm.
Specific people for that.
I want to bring my D100 for that roll.
One.
That micro penis, though.
I mean, Tristan, do you want to talk about that story just for everyone?
What story? Which one?
The dick size story.
Oh, okay.
Leo and Aaron.
So.
While you do that, I'll try to get this to everyone.
Yeah, sure. While you go set up and stuff. Well, so I was my second time ever DMing. I was with a group of close friends of mine. It was Wes wasn't there. It was me and 3 other friends. But it was literally your classic tavern start, and we were just starting the campaign. And one of my friends goes, because all 3 of them had never played, and it was my second time DMing, so I just wanted to keep it very casual, very freeform, just to try out the whole system and everything. And one of my friends was like, "So what can we do?" And he's like, "You can do anything." And he's like, "I take off my pants." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You're in a bar." I know. Oh, you take off your pants. I roll for dick size. Okay. I looked through all my notes of possible story hooks and campaigns. Not prepared for the dick size. I was like, okay, roll. Natural 20. Ooh, boy, that's a big dick. Okay.
You didn't realize you were part centaur.
I mean, that's it's like, you know how like horses have got like those massive dogs. I mean, like, it's like,
Wow, it's touching the floor.
I mean, but he was a gnome, so it's like,
For a gnome to be touching the floor.
I mean, it's like you're walking
Wow,
through
it's
town.
actually dragging.
Yeah, it's like you're walking through town. It's like I see 2 sets of footprints here, and one it's like there's a line on the. I'm not sure what this is. It must be some animal with a
Alright,
tail or
broadcast
something.
band. Broadcast band.
Maybe someone was pushing a wheelbarrow or something.
No, but then my other friends were just like, we roll for dick size too, and we're like, okay, 17, 15. Well, the band of merry big dicks over here.
Alright, stream band. Streams band.
We're never gonna get an iTunes now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve Jobs.
I mean,
We failed you.
we had a stream where
Oh no, I don't think we want to mention this. Cut it now.
I think that stream is gone by now.
Okay, good. I don't think it should be on the VODs.
I don't know.
We'll talk about it after the fact.
Okay.
Just remind us. There is
Buy
something.
membership and you can also listen to this story.
I don't think I'm even atypical for that stuff. Like, I don't think I'm like available. Like, I don't fit the requirements to get like the Twitch stuff.
Oh.
The Twitch sponsor or
Oh, the
whatever.
The partnership.
Partnership. Yeah, that word. So I don't.
Even if you feel the requirements now, it's
Just
too
get
late.
It's
a
like,
Patreon.
well, the stuff like, we have nothing to lose. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, good. No holds barred. Let's go.
No holds barred podcast.
Hell yeah.
So I guess the first topic I guess we can talk about is like the stuff that we've been playing. So we can like start from me and just go in a circle.
Go for it.
So, because like I wanted to have this talk when the Steam summer sale was over, because that was like around the time where these games are fresh in my mind, and so we can just talk about that. And because like I'm pretty sure like how many of you guys bought or played things during the summer sale?
I bought a Frostpunk.
I bought a lot of games. I've yet to play them, but I bought a lot of games.
No, I only bought Frostpunk.
I've realized.
Oh wait, I bought Neo as well. Oh wait, no, that wasn't during the summer sale. That was way before. Never mind.
I realized the error of my ways. My behavior in past summer sales has led to financial ruin.
Oh.
Well, that's what I've predicted, so I've avoided summer sale this time around.
That's
I
fair.
remember buying something else aside from Frostpunk.
And that's why I don't buy it, because I won't remember it anyway.
So I think the first game on my notes, because I think this is the one I played the most that I bought recently, was Tekken 7. So I wanted to try a Tekken game for a while, because it's like, because I never really played 3D fighting games. Like, well, if, for guys you don't really know much about the fighting game community, so you know how Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, you got like a 2D plane. So yeah, you just
Tekken is in 3D.
Yeah, Tekken is in 3D. We have to worry not only just the linear,
The X and Y
The
axis, but also the ZX.
yeah, there's also a Z. Wait, doesn't that?
Can't you?
Wait.
Is that the game where you just
It's depth.
sidestep?
Yes.
Oh no,
That's
I
the
think about.
3D.
I'm an idiot. No, I can't do my math right now. So yes, there's also a Z-axis. So when you hold up, you don't necessarily just jump. You usually just go up the plane, if that makes sense. You go deeper, further
Is that right?
way.
I thought that there were like I thought you pressed trigger buttons to do that. Oh, or that was just another one of those.
I don't know. I'm not really that.
Okay.
Like, by the way, I still suck at it because there's no tutorial.
Well, I mean, you say that.
There's no tutorial. I had to rely on one of our friends, James, because he has the game as well, but he was mostly just telling me how to do like moves properly, and because I play with a controller, right? But the way the inputs work, it feels like I should be playing on a fight stick or arcade stick, right? So like this is like one of these games like, oh, I wish I could just buy an arcade stick, but those things are expensive. But what I like about it, the characters and the customization. the character
there are
customization.
character customization in Tekken.
Yeah, because you can get like there's like a mode called Treasure Battle, and it's pretty much you just go for gauntlets of fights, and every fight you win, you can pretty much get chests, and these chests will get like a random
Loot chest.
yeah, and you don't have to pay to win them, you have to earn them. But pretty much like it's random cosmetics, and there's like a bunch of stuff you can randomly get. I mean, it is still DLC as well. I mean, of course, like all these fighting games will have DLC at this point. So like the swimsuit DLC.
Oh, sweet.
It's a classic staple in fighting games.
Yeah, classic Japanese game making. Make sure everyone has to do it. Not just the girls, the guys too. Where
You
they
know
have,
what? Now I remember what game I bought for summer sale.
There we go.
But I still haven't played it, so no.
but anyway, well, also in Tekken, there's also the story mode. Story mode is horrible. Like, no, it's like it's so back and forth at its tone. Like it starts with, like there's like an ongoing narrator, right? And he has like the most monotone, deadpan, like soulless voice acting I ever heard in a video game. And I'm saying much.
So we follow his story.
And it's pretty much like that.
Then he fought his eternal rival.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
Eeyore.
basically all the dojos.
It's Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
But it's not even one. It's not even one of the main characters. It's not even a fight. It's just a random reporter. he's just talking about things going on in the story.
Voice actor though, because maybe
Oh
it's
look, we're having another fight.
And he's like 75% of the story.
Oh no! Coming from
Oh look, there are
Channel
two girls
News
wearing
Live.
bikinis on the beach
Oh my
doing
God.
a fight. Oh wow, they can use
oh
fire.
look at them grapple.
But at least the fights, like the boss fights, it's anime as hell. It's so anime. It's so ridiculous and over the top. Like this is like the only thing you can get in Tekken.
Wow, yeah.
But like, there's like still not a lot of content in the game. Like sure you get like the usual arcade stuff, and the treasure battle is like one of like the main things people like to play because like it's so fun. Like because every fight, it's like more loot coming in. It's just like it's so like encouraging to keep going on because it's all about keeping a streak up, right? And the higher the streak, the more higher the chances of getting better loot. But obviously it's increasing difficulty as well.
I always figured people buy fighting games to beat people up online.
Oh yeah, there is online, but it's so sketchy because like when I play random people, sure, connection is fine. But when I try to play with friends, like I was trying to play with James, right? And we just, no matter how many times we look at so many guides to try to find how to play with each other. We just want to connect to each other. We just want to play a game. Like we connect to each other, we start the game, it disconnects.
You can't have friends in this game. It's not allowed. It's a fighting game.
Yeah, and then we try to figure out what's causing the problem. Is it a region problem? Is it like a modem problem? Is it an IP port forwarding problem? We try everything and it still didn't work.
Just gonna have to queue up and random.
Yeah, so in the end we just like we just never did anything. Like we never played together and stuff. So it sucks.
I assume there's a couch fight mode, right, with two people in the same house.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that,
they
that-
at least have that. So basically,
Yeah.
they're saying you're not allowed to have friends online. You have to have them with you in real life.
yeah. But also I got the deluxe edition, and the deluxe came with the swimsuit stuff as well. But like also a bunch of other costumes. But it also came with the classic Tekken mode, Tekken bowling. So
Wow.
Sorry, what?
Tekken bowling. It's
What?
bowling.
This is news to me.
Oh, I think it was like in Tekken
The-
4,
the
3.
I think the words classic Tekken mode, Tekken bowling are.
It threw me for a loop a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
'cause, you know.
think it was introduced in Tekken 4 or 5.
I have no idea. I have played Tekken 4. I have never seen any bowling in that game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but pretty much it's just like a fan favorite kind of mode where it's Tekken with it's bowling with Tekken characters.
So it's like Dead or Alive, beach volleyball.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it's kind of like that situation, like where you have like Dead or Alive in the beach volleyball, but like this Tekken and it's
Yeah, well, of course, like if the girls aren't in bikini, then it's not right? So they bowl in bikini, right? Because who wears bowling suits to bowling alley?
Well, maybe the bowling alley's on the beach. They have to wear bikini. Aha.
But also the main one of the main selling points for me is that they had New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff.
Oh.
Every character can wear a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt or cosmetic. King, the tiger, leopard, jaguar mask wearing guy, wrestler.
I'm not
And-
sure if that's a mask or if that's his real face.
I don't know. I think it might be a mask.
I mean, he roars pretty convincingly.
Yeah, but pretty much there's a he has a outfit that's pretty much like one of the New Japan Pro wrestlers.
I thought he was a wrestler to begin.
Oh, he is, but like this is like a straight reference to another wrestler. And
Okay.
it changed like his rage art, his like super finisher. His normal one is like a running power slam, but when you switch it to the costume, it changes it and it changes to the Rainmaker.
Oh, okay.
So like the Rainmaker, the pretty much the animation goes he does like big pose and money rains down. and then he grabs the other person and does like a big clothesline. So that's the Rainmaker.
I
So
see.
it's a complete because like it's Japan and they love the Japan. So
Mhm.
this was a very fitting crossover pretty much.
And didn't Kenny Omega also play with?
Yeah, he was playing with Xavier Woods,
Mhm.
doing a fighting conventions. There was like a Royal Rumble going on,
Mhm.
right? And when Kenny Omega came on, he wanted to play as Brian, one of the characters, and he wanted to change the outfit to his official shirt, to the Bullet Club shirts. So he did that, and then just like, but he ended up losing because like I think he lost. I don't know. The guy he was going against had a pretty good streak, so it was a really tough fight. But still, it was a kind of amazing thing to see because like every time new entry came in, the entrance music, so you just hear Kenny Omega's theme. And then when David Woods was coming out, Kenny Omega's theme starts playing again for some reason. People were so confused. Like Kenny Omega stands up, wait, I'm right here. But then it goes, it's a new day. Yes, it is. And then David Woods just comes down, and just like rubs it, just like gets up all in Kenny Omega's face. It's such a funny sight to see.
That is how wrestling goes.
Yes, even though like they're from two different companies.
Yeah.
Like just
I
but
have no idea how wrestling works.
uh,
All I know
I
is
thought
people
people-
stand on the corners and then go like, "Whoa! I'm gonna jump on this guy, and elbow him, and then I elbow the floor. Oh shit, it hurts." All I know is
Yeah, I didn't realize 50% of wrestling was entrance music.
That's how you
I
build the
severely
I
underestimated.
mean, it's
the
funny.
importance
Like
of it.
when I started getting into
hype.
wrestling,
This was-
like when I started getting into wrestling, I just mostly just watched the entrances because like that's like a whole like different aspect to like appreciating because it's such a spectacle to watch the entrances, like especially the WrestleMania stuff.
Ba, 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 ba.
It's the only one I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, John Cena. That's what everyone knows.
Well, because he made himself.
a meme.
Well,
Yeah.
it
I don't
wasn't-
think he made
it
himself.
wasn't
a
his choice.
meme. Like him and Randy Orton are the meme wrestlers at the moment. Randy Orton with his RKO.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's old. I thought.
I mean, yes,
So-
it's John
so-
Cena's
That's
intro.
At this rate, this podcast is turning from a games podcast into
So great.
wrestling.
Yeah, let's reel it
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
reel it back. Let's reel it back in.
Yeah, okay, but that's also another funny story. But I'll get to that some other time. No, because like I'll get to that today. Okay, so another game, I was also playing. Seriously, because I got this as a Humble Monthly, and I was just like, I'll just give it a try. NBA 2K17.
Is that the one with the story mode, or is that?
Oh, they do have story modes. Like 2K16 had
Career mode, right?
Yeah, my
That's
career
what I
mode.
meant,
Yeah, my career mode. And I played 2K16, and my god, because it's by Spike Lee, and he's like a pretty much a movie director. I forgot what movies he did. Spike Lee. this is a derailing thing, but I gotta like. Oh, he's directing the new movie Black KKK Klansman.
What?
Okay, so
Wow.
he also directed Malcolm X. Just a lot of, like that kind of community.
That's phrasing.
Okay. But
So-
pretty much the story is like. I was like, it starts out like, it's like, you're a college kid, and you're just trying to get your.
Well, we
try-
are college kids.
Yeah, but like you start off from high. I think you start off from high school. Yeah, you start off from high school, and then you play for like a couple of rounds. But like just like above other characters, like you have like you have a sister, you have a best friend, and you have your parents, and then you have then you get a.
Hey, I don't have a sister. I don't have a best friend.
And then
Who are you guys?
Here's the weird thing about the story in 2K16, right? You have a black sister, you have black parents, and then you could like no matter what, if you're a white guy, if you're Asian, your family is still gonna be black for some reason. They don't even say you're adopted. So it's just
I
it's
imagine
so
the intro to the game.
it's
These
so
are my real
jarring.
definite birth parents.
but what the weirder thing is, So I'm playing as my character, right? I'm like 5'6", right? And
I assume there's a minimum height. You can't go down.
no. In the cutscenes, it's the actor's height.
Oh god.
It's the mocap actor's height. So I'm like towering everyone, and it's like this is not right. I look at it, it's like this is not. I'm spinning everywhere, but this is however outrageous this is. It just does not look right. I should not be towering everyone. I should be like the shortest one in the scenes. Like 5'6". That's the shortest height available, by the way. So like, but it's such a weird story because like it starts to get so much drama into it, and then it's like all this stuff is happening. I just want to play basketball. That's what I want. I just want to play.
I just want to be MVP, man.
I just want to be ready to ball. I just want to play some basketball.
Yo, don't shoot my sister. No, we have to call
My parents are drug traffickers.
like there's some blackmailing going on, and it's like what?
I just want to be like Mike. I want to be like Mike.
Oh my god, it's like why is this here? I just want to play a normal game.
Oh wow,
without
now
playing
you're bringing me
basketball.
on a bank heist. What the?
What do you mean we're gonna steal the dick?
What do you mean my character? What do you mean my character accidentally killed someone? I'm not kidding. That's in the story.
I play basketball.
I was going to play basketball, and then my friend's blackmailing me about that situation. It's like, what the hell? And then my friend, he wants to borrow my car, and then he ends up killing himself in the car crash.
Wow.
And then at the end credits, like, okay, well, I gave my parents a bunch of vacation tickets in, and everything's all happy, and then suddenly, like, ghost friend comes in. What is that? Like, I mean, am I playing a DBK game? Okay, but that's all the way. 2K17, by the way.
So I mean, ignoring the story, gameplay-wise, is it?
I mean, it's a basketball game. It's like basketball. Like you never really play like a.
Yeah, we play basketball.
I mean, like it's weird because like
dunk button.
because like so like the thing like about your height and weight matters because like your height determines what position you are in, and your weight determines like what kind of like it's like there's pros and cons to every height and weight.
Mm-hmm.
So because of my height, I'm only point guard and shooting guard, which is like they're pretty much the guys who
The outer rings.
no, they're pretty much like the guys who get in.
Yeah.
So because like they're faster and like they can like get into the area much better. Because Stephen Curry is a point guard, so he's all about just get the ball to him and you can score everything. But then because of that, so I'm always gonna be point guard. So you're the one who always gets the ball first, and you always try to like
Juke. Do them juke.
yeah, you can do you can dribble and stuff like because I play with a controller, right? But it's pretty much the only way we play because like you use the right stick to do dribbling. I don't know how you can do it with the keyboard because you need to do some motions like quarter circle and that also and so on.
Yeah.
Right stick?
Yeah, the right stick.
I
yeah.
tried NBA 2K18 on the PC. I was like mashing every button and the guy was just standing there. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it's
like,
Face rolling.
yeah, but it's
the
but-
WS18 moves. No, it doesn't. Mm.
yeah, because like when I first because again the tutorial is not that great. They just show you what does what, but it doesn't really teach you how to really properly defend. Doesn't really teach you how to like because like I actually like look up videos and like how to really play this well. So yeah, that does like how to dribble and stuff like how it's
Sports games.
I don't know
Yeah.
why it is.
At that point, might as well play real basketball.
Yeah.
I
It'd
mean,
be
like-
easier.
I mean like no, but here's the funny thing is like because like my guy is so short, right? I can still dunk apparently.
Of course.
I'm like jumping twice my height.
Yeah,
and it's like
no, there are people who can do that.
I know,
though, with
but
real basketball.
I know, but just like seeing my character just jump like
Defy gravity.
just like
Yeah.
just suddenly doing a high jump or
He's
something,
got
and then suddenly
really
just doing a
strong
jump.
calf muscle.
Yeah. I mean, no, but like there are people who are like
50%.
5'4"
I know,
who can
I
dunk.
know. There's like you can like look up like the shortest NBA players and the shortest dunkers, and there's like it's like amazing, but like just seeing me, it's just so weird.
I think it's more the fact that we know you. If we put that mental image in your head, just Oh no, that doesn't fit at all. Not at all.
Yeah, no, if your sister got shot and your best friend got
Yeah.
shot in the car, you would be dunking everything too.
But okay, the story in 2K17 it's much more grounded, thankfully. I think so far it's
Only 3 accidental deaths.
yeah,
6.
it's been so normal so far. I haven't really seen anything too David Cagey, if that makes sense.
And there are only 5 acts, not 6.
It's no 2K18 is the one with a really long intro by whoever's famous. Shaq?
Shaquille, what?
Yeah. Was it Shaquille? I can't remember who.
Wait, which
I remember
intro?
watching someone stream it, and then they went through the beginning, and they accidentally backed out, and you can't skip the intro cutscene.
Oh yeah,
It's
cutscenes are unskippable.
25
Every
minutes
cutscene is
long.
unskippable, I think. So
You must see your sister die.
Yo, no, I just failed a Korean mission. Now I have to go see my sister die again.
You know those like final boss cutscenes that you can't skip? It's the same thing, right?
And then like every time you fail, it says your sister died because of you, and she's suffering now again because of you.
Skip.
oh man, okay, so I think I'm done talking about basketball.
And wrestling.
You sure? Want to talk about more?
Well, what else can I talk about? I feel like I got all my rants out about how ridiculous the 2K16 story was.
I gotta play it now. You sold me on the game.
because like it's fun because I like being a point guard and just like rushing in, doing dribbles and dunking people. It's so because it's so like I haven't played like there's like a my GM mode and it's like
Or like manager type.
yeah a manager mode. And I played that in 2K6. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh god, yeah. When I was in school, everyone was playing Football Manager.
Oh, my brother
Yeah,
plays
yeah,
that.
football.
I don't
Like-
understand
Like,
any.
people love those sport managing games.
Like they'd go and look at players and like scout people. I'm like, I just press skip to tomorrow, and then auto set everything. I just set my assistant manager to do everything. Really, I'm just there to watch.
Yeah, and then there's
Sometimes
pick
I
like
hack my
press.
players'
Oh,
stats.
you have to do how you address the press.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of that. Like leave
manage your
early.
money.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much basketball. I mean, another thing I had on my list was just Mario Tennis stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to talk about the single player.
Fuck. Oh, there's just the ice boss, the ice hands boss. I
Yeah,
cannot beat
sounds.
that.
Wait, you haven't beat that
No.
yet? I'm up to their.
I just can't.
I'm up to the Bowser's
I don't know
Castle part. I haven't continued playing yet.
Sam can't beat a boss.
I know.
Oh,
It's
God.
impossible.
No, like it's.
But he's the prince of tennis.
Yeah.
like there's a lot of
I've
there's like,
unlocked the 3 gates.
there are a lot of things in the story mode that just makes you like shout, oh that's BS kind of situation.
Like, oh my god, it's well, I'll talk about it later.
And the problem is there's no quick reset,
No.
no quick retry.
No.
Yeah.
So you had to go through the dialogue and
You can
skip.
fast forward the
Yeah, you can
dialogue a
skip
bit,
it, but then you still like go back to the map screen, and then
Yeah,
like,
like you lose, you get kicked back to the map screen. They do some dialogue about, oh, it's such a shame. We'll get him next time. Then you do it, and it starts the whole like, oh look, I found this. Blah, 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 blah.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's I mean that's all I have for the single player because like the main thing is just mostly us just shouting and screaming over the multiplayer about it's so fun. Like the thing with Sam, he plays. I feel like you play more than us. Like you have
I just played a bunch of like doubles with my brother when I
Yeah.
first got it.
I mean, clearly he plays more than me. I don't even have a Switch. My sister owns a Switch, but it's not mine.
Yeah, we were on
Just
random.
Yeah,
For
we-
context, we were on random sword team mode, and like
4 of us,
Yeah.
yeah, the 4 of us here, random teams,
Random characters, random
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
random everything.
Yeah, random maps, random teams, random characters.
And Sam was on a winning streak. Whoever gets paired with Sam wins.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was like
Hard.
like we were playing the normal doubles mode and he was 10-0.
Yeah.
But then we decided to play the motion control swing mode
And
and
finally, we got him like on the 4th round.
On like the last
On the
game
last
we were gonna
one.
play. It was just like what you won 2, and I think it was like the 3rd match, and we managed, or like the 4th match, the 3rd or 4th match, and we the 2 most inexperienced players.
yeah, that's me
Won.
and Tristan.
I know it was me and Sam, but because like every one of my swings just completely went to the opposite direction.
And
I
it
was
didn't
going
help that
for.
that map was the one with the pirate ship.
Yeah.
Where the,
Oh my god, I
Little
make a
mouse.
pole!
It was such a comeback though, because it was
Yeah.
like it was like 5 like 2.
Yeah, and
5
then-
3, 5 4, 5 5. We're like, we're gonna do this.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Okay, I think that's why I really want to talk about. That's what like brings fresh in my mind. I mean, there's like other things, but it's like a short comment. I mean, I've been playing Staxel. It's like a 3D Stardew Valley.
okay.
It's like voxel graphics. I find it like more approachable to Stardew because there's no freaking energy meter.
Oh my god, energy meter.
Hey man, it's all about the game.
You're too tired to water your plants.
This is
Oh.
classic Harvest Moon. Classic Harvest.
Well, I
Moon.
never play Harvest Moon. I prefer Animal Crossing.
Oh, you fell asleep on the town streets. It's okay, I guess. Someone picked you up and carried you home and took all your money.
Okay, that's pretty much what I have for Staxel. I don't really have much to say
The
about
most
it.
annoying thing I had with Stardew was I was cutting it really close to bedtime one moment, and I actually fainted. Like
On your doorstep.
no, half a meter away from my bed. I was about to get in, and I was like spamming the click button. I was about to go in. I entered the door, and then he fainted on the floor inside his house. And I had to be put into bed, and I lost like $3,000, and I'm like, fuck off.
How'd they even get in?
I needed help for that. I'm like, I'm in my own house. I think it's fine.
No, you just happened to get robbed that day.
No, why? I left the door open and shit.
At least it was a candy robber. They did tuck you in.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. So just it's your turn to see what games you've been playing.
So this is for like Steam sale stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's
I mean,
see.
not just that, because I talked about Mario Tennis or Switch. Just any games you've been playing.
What games have I been playing recently? I did try Shadowrun Hong Kong. That was pretty good. Haven't finished it. It's a long ass game. I also started playing Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, yeah.
That was also very good.
The only thing I have about that game that prevented me from finishing it was the death count.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the last talk.
Yeah, you did.
I remember. I don't find the death count that intrusive, but it is there. It is there. You
It
go.
just taunts
You just. Yeah. Pretty much. It's like,
treasure the
it's like-
aren't you?
it's like when you hit escape, you see all your stats, you see what you're missing, you know, how many orbs you have or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just at the top right, next to all those stats, neatly placed is how many times you've died. And it's just like, I mean, this game is really pretty and stuff. I've died like 137 times. Oh shit, fuck.
I am just going to strategically put some masking tape
Yeah.
in the little corner of my screen.
What else? I bought a bunch of games, mainly RPGs. Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight.
RPGs. That's a mistake.
The
When you want to play a bunch
Dark
of games.
Any other night games?
Any other night games? Still playing through Divinity. This is a long playthrough.
No, I'm waiting for the definitive edition.
I mean, you get that for free anyway.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come and then starting a new playthrough again.
I mean, it's they recorded like 250,000 words
Yeah,
extra.
yeah, because there were like noticeable missing lines back then.
So
I tried that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't get it.
Which one?
Divinity 2.
Oh, it's a good game. I feel like
you
it's
just-
better with friends.
Maybe.
It
No, I
is.
play with my brother, and he's not sort of particularly keen, so we just like.
I find it better solo because I played with my brother and he like refuses to do shit with me.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, we'd split up for sure. I'd be like, I remember, like I started the game like 3 times over. Like, oh, this area, there's a hidden thing there. Yep, and you climb and you talk to this person, and she's attacking me. What did I say? Whoops.
Was there something I said?
Yeah.
No, for those who know, who've played the Divinity and at least know the first act. So me and a group of friends, we started again because one of our other friends just got it, and we're like, he was really unsure of whether to get it. And we're like, it's a really great game. We'd really like for you to play it, and he's like, okay, but I'd only play it you guys started with me. Like, we're sure, fine, we'll do it. So we started, and you know when you first get onto Fort Joy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When you first get out?
no, when you first get onto Fort Joy. So
Yeah,
we
okay.
did the ship, and we got onto Fort Joy.
When the guy gets splattered.
Yeah. So, what do you think the first encounter we did was?
Isn't it the Fort Woken during the...
Yeah, the Void Woken Worms.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
You didn't?
No.
You just walked past it?
Yeah, we walked past it. We were like, okay. We wanted our friend to experience it, so we just let him, like, take charge. Like, oh, okay. Well, we walked
Don't
past
tell me he attacked Fane or something.
No. We went straight to Griff.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wow.
So we didn't do the turtles back where Fane was. We didn't talk to Gowan and fight the crocodiles. We didn't, go to Migo at the far end of the beach. We didn't go to the arena. The arena's a hard to fight, fair. But we went straight to Griff, and he's like, "Who are you?" "Oh, you're an asshole. I'm gonna want to fight you." And we're like, he's like 2 levels higher than us. We have no equipment. He's like,
And he has a bunch of goons.
yeah. It's like,
Griff is the camp boss or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it was just like, I would like to, like, one of my friends, "Did any of you talk to Butter?" And she was like, "No." "Oh, shit. It's a 4-on-6, guys."
That's
Miraculously, we did it through, like, admittedly
That's
one
Tristan.
save scum. Because the last save before that was, like a solid 2 hours of dialogue before that. And we're like, no one saved before that. And then the closest save was mid-dialogue. He has about to click end. And then we get into the fight and we're like, get into positions, boys. We're doing this. Oh, we did it. It was a hell of a slog. We burnt through like 3 resurrection scrolls, and it was just
Wow.
like, I mean, like, cause they're like, what, Griff at that moment had like, he's level 4. It's got like 54 like physical, like 40 something magical armor, and like I was a tank. I had 4 physical armor. I had a shirt. It was like a stained shirt and some foul trousers. Wow. I had no magical armor, and that was it. That was the fight. I didn't even have a shield.
Scrap doesn't even wear a bucket on his head.
No, the mage wore a bucket on his head.
Oh, when I first discovered you would do that, I was like, oh, this game's pretty funny, actually. This is mocking Skyrim, isn't it?
No, I mean, like, there's some insane crafting options in that game. Like, I recently was told by, like, one of my friends who played it. It was just like, oh yeah, did you know you could combine your shoes with nails? And I'm like, you can do that? He's like, yeah, you can combine your shoes with nails, and you will no longer slip on, on ice surfaces. Like,
They
what? They thought this far ahead?
I remember all the funny situations.
Yeah, they
when it
have
comes to
that in
slipping.
one of the tools in the loading screens. Of course, like
I didn't even know. It was just a thing.
I guess the thing I don't particularly like is I can't see what skills you can get. I don't know how you do.
Oh, I see.
Like when you level up, you're like you can put points in Aeromancer or whatever, but I don't know what skills.
Oh, yeah.
What do I get if I get +1 point in Aeromancer? You know,
By skills, do you mean like?
those point things.
Oh, okay.
Like your
you
Aeromancer
don't get active skills. So
You have to.
you get active skills by buying tomes and learning them.
Yeah, you learn new
Yeah.
tomes from.
Yeah,
and those have requirements.
Yeah.
or like I think the highest tier is like level 4. So if you have level 4 in a skill, you can learn basically all the skills. But the higher points you go after that, they increase your skill
Damage
abilities.
or whatever.
Yeah. Or like certain stuff. So like for example, for Geomancer, right?
Yeah.
It's like it increases damage for Geomancer, but it also every point you put into Geomancer gives a +5% bonus to physical armor for any skills or abilities you have. So it's worth it. Like even if you're not a mage, if you're like a tank, for example, if you have a skill that gives you armor, put a couple points into Geomancer. You get, if you put 2, that's already 10% extra.
Yeah,
armor you
but
get.
so the point is you don't actually have to worry about like not learning the skills.
Exactly.
I wish they'd written that somewhere. I was thought they'd get like a huge skill tree and like
No.
ability on. No.
It's a lot of mix and match, but that's why in one of the later points in the game, they give you this, for minor spoilers, they give you like a mirror.
Yeah, and you can
And you
respec
respec everything about your character. I think aside from race and some of the beginning tags like
Yeah, you
barbarian
can't,
or mystic or whatever, I think those are the only things you can't change. But
and gender, I think.
and gender. But if you wanna,
Wow.
if you wanna change completely from if you want to change completely from like a tank to like a mage or like to a healer or to like a summoner or
Was that one use or just?
no,
it's
infinite uses.
Oh,
It's like on your actual base, which is on the ship.
Yeah,
neat.
but yeah, it's good if you feel like you messed up, like what I did when we did a tactician playthrough. I picked a glass cannon. Oh no, because so you know how like the basic mechanics of Divinity work, right? So like status effects don't affect you if you have physical or magical armor, right?
Yeah.
So what glass cannon does is every time you start a fight, you get 2 extra AP, and I was like a backline archer, so that was like good for me, right?
Yep.
But so tactician mode is much harder.
Yep.
Yeah, and glass cannon means status effects can go through armor regardless of how much you have. So I was just like, oh.
Perma stun.
I'm on fire and poison and stun
And bleeding.
and prone and everything.
I'm
And now I got
crippled.
teleported into the water.
I'm decaying now, and I'm shocked, and I'm what else? Oh, there's atrophy.
Oh, look, I'm also undead.
I was actually undead in that playthrough.
Oh, okay.
We took the ultimate handicap. We were a 3-man team, so we couldn't get lone wolf. We did not want to get a 4th member, so we were a 3-man team, and we were all undead.
Hey, that's not a handicap. Like, if one of you were undead and 2 of you were alive or something, then...
Yeah.
I mean,
Just spam poison. Oh.
Yeah.
but the AI knew you were undead, even though you weren't undead.
Yeah,
so
restoration.
The 1 AP cost restoration skill that was a bomb and applied a 3-turn dot, because you're undead. So if you get healed, you get damaged.
Yeah.
And it's a magic ability that does physical damage. For 1 AP. Yeah.
Remind me not to take Feign on my.
No, Feign is good. It's just you might need like some, like for you in Stardew Valley, you might need some like quality of life things, like just to make sure that the AP don't not AP, the AI don't screw you over. Like you could be fully covered up and they automatically know, oh, he's undead.
That's why the definitive edition. I hope they fix that.
There are like some very like good quality of life mods that do that. Like
But
there's like
you don't get achievements if you.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, it's all about getting the achievements. That's why we play games.
Yep.
Yeah.
We want to feel validated for our playthroughs.
Yeah.
I want fake points and fake badges.
Yeah. To showcase my fake reputation on the internet.
To showcase my lack of life.
Oh, so what else have you been playing, Tristan?
It's mainly been RPGs. It's mainly like the same story. So what? Shadowrun, Ori, Hollow Knight, Divinity. You know, I've started several long games, and I'm going through them incrementally. It's gonna take a long time to finish. But those are the games I just like. I quite like the dialogue, and for mainly for like Ori and Hollow Knight, I like the gameplay and I like the art style. It's just amazing. It's just so good, really immersive. But yeah, those are the games I've been basically.
Alright, so Sam, what about you?
Most recently, only last night, I was playing Dying Light.
Dying
First
Light.
one.
Oh, that zombie game, right?
Yeah, just unlocked the grapple hook. Holy shit, it makes life so much better. Like, oh, there's a roof. I can just go to it now. I don't have to climb for 20 minutes. No, but it was playing it in co-op because my brother has a friend over. So there's 3 of us like running around, just enjoying the game, hopping over zombies. It's pretty good fun, especially when all the sort of zombies come and chase you, and you're the only one with a camouflage ability. So you just stand there and watch your friends get mauled.
It's just like,
It's pretty great.
you handle this.
Of course, the game doesn't address the fact that there's 3 of you. It's just all of you are reporting and saying exactly the same lines. So you'll be like across the map, and your guy will say something. Who am I? I don't what, huh?
You know, it's like a mirror image or something like that.
Yeah. You just cast blur. It's 3 of us now.
Yeah. Oh man. Imagine if that broke stealth though. Your friends just initiate dialogue. So, what have you been doing today?
The other thing, actually, speaking of like, is at night. Obviously, there's like a big scary people. With, there's vision cones. If one of you gets caught, they know where all of you are. So you'll be like sneaking around, and then one of my friends will be over this call. You're like, shit. I'm like, oh, don't. Turn up, like 3 guys I've been avoiding just turn around and look at me. I'm like, what?
Oh, it's like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Wait, how so?
Because like the talking to people.
Oh.
Like I'm across the map and you're talking to somebody. Like,
just to break a little bit from, just to segue a little bit. So me and Wes recently got Baldur's Gate. So old school RPG.
like one of the first RPGs.
One of the first, like it was like 1990 something. So real old school. And so imagine like Divinity, right? Mm-hmm. But every time someone talked to someone, all characters would auto-lock and auto-zoom to wherever that person was, and you'd have to listen to that conversation. You couldn't break out of it, you couldn't do anything, and regardless of where you are on the map, it was so jarring. It wouldn't even like, zoom to you, it would just transition. It would just be like
blink. Just
like jump cut to that. It would be like, where the fuck am I? So I'd be like, walking around, and then like Wes was like exploring like the beginning sort of tower we were in, right? And then I just cut into a house while I was like in this courtyard. I'm like, where am I? And then I was like, I don't know. This guy wants to fight me. You're in a fight? What? And he's like, yeah. And then the fight starts. Where are you? I'm in a house. Oh shit! I have to run after. And like, the mechanic, because it's based on like old school D&D, because it's set in the same universe.
Yeah, dice rolling. Yay!
It's a D&D rules, I believe which is basically 1.5 or 2nd edition D&D. Oh, the mechanics are fucking retarded. Oh god.
Oh my god, do you want to talk about how our party member instantly died?
Oh fuck. So we have no idea how to resurrect, or if we even can resurrect. Yeah. But like first, we just leave like the beginning map, and then it's like this one chick decides to follow us because she's like our childhood friend or something, right? And she's like, okay, we go into a first encounter. There's a wolf. The wolf crits her. She dies immediately. We're like, oh,
the wolf one-shotted her, and I was just laughing.
The wolf almost one-shot us, and then we're like, we killed it. Can we res her? She's dead. Oh fuck.
Yeah, at that point I was just laughing on the house, just laughing the whole time.
Because it wasn't even like she died. She got gibbed. She just like those classic old school like exploded and I was just like.
And then when we got to the inn, like at the inn, you have access to the other characters, and we just see a dead body on the floor in the tavern.
Yeah, because like our portrait was still with us, so maybe we could like resurrect her. But we go to like the nearest inn, and then we find like other NPCs, and we're just like, can I boot her from the party? I don't know. Let's try it. I boot her from the party. Her dead body just falls onto the floor. It's just like, where did this come from? It was an experience, to say the least. Oh man. There was one moment where Wes got CC'd for the longest period of fucking time. Outside of the inn, you got like.
Everyone, all 3 other party members got feared, and we were running the entire map.
I don't know. I guess I rolled well and I didn't get feared, but it was all happening in real time. It's not like turn-based in Divinity. It's all happens in real. It's more like Pillars of Eternity, right? Yeah. So it all happens in real time. But these guys got feared, and they literally lost control of their characters for a solid 5 minutes. I'm not. They were running around the entire. And was like, I can't stop. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, where are the other guys? And they're like running into houses and coming out of houses, and they're like running through the tavern. I'm like, stop, please. They're like initiating dialogue and then running out of dialogue because they're still feared, and they're just like, oh no. It's like, there was one point where like Wes like left the fort and was running around the moat of the fort and was about to engage into more combat. Was like, no, Wes, stop, please! I can't control him.
I mean, my character doesn't. They don't initiate conflict. They don't enter houses and stuff. They just like.
Oh no! One of the NPCs entered another house.
Yeah, I probably just got stuck in the doorway.
Oh no! One of them got stuck in. No, the other one entered the house, but one of them was just running into a wall. Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh man.
It was funny.
I can't imagine that.
It was just like at the beginning of the fight, AOE fear. Oh well, I guess it's just me now.
So what else have you been playing, Sam?
Yeah.
Before Dying Light, I was playing Dead Island. So
Playing a lot of zombie stuff.
Hey man, it's good. It's not a I don't want to say it's a bad game, but it's got bugs. Right, it was a bunch of like glitches and stuff. One memorable instance, I was driving. I'm not very good at driving in Dying Light because if you press turn left, I'm using a keyboard, so turn left, and you immediately press turn right, it doesn't register that you've turned right, so it just goes back to being straight, and then you're crashing into a wall. I do that every time because like there's one level where it's like 3 turns before you get to the top of the lighthouse. And one time I parked right in front of a door, and I got out, and then I opened the door, and then I died because basically opening the door flung the car at max speeds, and it hit me. So I destroyed the car, and then I died. So it's alright. It's pretty good fun with a friend though.
Wait. So you got out of the car.
I got out of the car. I then walked up to the door and pressed open because I thought it opened the other way. Opened into the car, and they occupy the same space, and then physics shenanigans happen, and then I was just
like some Hulk shenanigans. And just get out of the door. You walk up to the lighthouse.
Yeah. No. And there's another time where there's like a resort area. You're not supposed to be able to get a car up there, but I was like, I'm determined to get a car up there. So I pick up the car, I drive, and I reverse, and there's like just a path of railings. I'm just reversing up the railings like a roller coaster. Like it was just like, so much fun, like trying to break the game. Yeah. And towards the end, I was like sort of getting the hang of it instead of actually being able to deal with people. So yeah, there's like big thugs, like smash you and then you fly backwards and you lose all your stamina and stuff. And then towards the end, I had like a big knife and I could just like cut their arms off. It was very Black Knight-esque. They just didn't run at you and try and bite you initially, you know. So it was just pretty good fun. And they have like extra campaign, which is single player only, that sort of reveals the real story.
Ooh.
The story is like you're, in a hotel partying, wake up, zombies everywhere. What happened? And then you're talking to this guy, a military guy who's like helping you out, and then you get to the compound, and then he betrays you.
Of course.
Basically, you're in a lift. He throws knockout gas, knocks you out, and then he like takes the antidote because he's got like his wife has been bitten. And he wants to save her. It's not an antidote; it's a vaccine, so it's even worse. So he's about to leave. You're like and then there's like this really cliche moment like it's hard to kill them once they love you because they've got his wife like strapped in ready to go. She releases the strap, she bites him, obviously like, oh shit, but I stabbed myself. Antidote, and he turns into this huge mutated thing they have to kill in the end. It doesn't really make sense because it's like antidote, what? I don't understand. But then in the final campaign it reveals, it's actually this hacker criminal who's been behind all along. The antidote was never an antidote, it was actually a super virus. And now they've escaped with the patient 0, so the world is fucked. Have fun with a sequel,
Like Resident Evil.
Basically. Apart from
it feels very Resident Evil.
I've just been playing a bunch of stuff. I played Wes was looking through my Steam history because I can't remember what I've been playing. So I played a little game called Orwell, which is sort of vaguely dystopian in that you are.
I feel like it's in the name.
Yeah, you're sat basically like monitoring people's sort of communications.
Is this the one where it's like you're like a landlord and like you monitor like I might be thinking of something different. Like there's a game that's it sounds similar. Like, you're like a landlord and you monitor like your like what people are up to in their flats.
No, not really. Oh. So you're like some sort of investigative, like you're a PI except it's all digital. So you're like reading through their email and trying to piece together who did what. It's a pretty short game, so I played it from like 3 a.m. and finished it at like 8 a.m. Because, gamer life, don't sleep at normal hours. It's pretty good, but there's a bunch of achievements I need to go back and get because, I can't leave a game unfinished. Yeah. Gotta get 100% achievement stat.
I play games to do that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, I have a whole category in my Steam library for games I'm 100%ed I'm never gonna touch again. Like, I'm finally free. Then the other game, I just started playing yesterday. I have this sort of affiliation with Papers, Please, because I wrote a paper on it for college once.
The one that they talked about on Reddit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, and there's a new game that came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's called Not Tonight. So in Papers, Please, you're like a border guard checking people's IDs. In this game, you're a bouncer checking people's IDs,
Oh, I
making
think I
sure
heard
they're not
about that.
underage
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's not a fake visa, fake ID and stuff. And the sort of political backstory this time is Brexit happened.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's definitely the one.
So stuff went to shit, and basically all the Europeans are being forced to kick out of the country, or they work these really shitty jobs, despite the fact that you were like your character's backstory is that they were born in the UK. Like, nah, you got your nationality revoked when your parents got divorced or whatever. So now you have to work to stay in the country and stuff. So I've only played like a week's worth, but yeah, it seems pretty fun.
Is it more messed up than Papers, Please?
Oh, I think you're treated a lot more like trash.
Oh, okay.
In that they call you like Euro. That's like, and you're like constantly. It's really funny because you're constantly trying to change, like say no, but they just always interrupt you. So there is some comedy there.
But like in Papers, Please, like the difficulty ramps up by going like, oh, today we are introducing the pass. They need the pass along with their passport.
I haven't got it. I'm sure that will be a point, but there's a slightly different difficulty in that you're managing a bar. So obviously the first thing is make sure people are over 18.
Oh, okay.
And the second thing is, make sure that the IDs aren't expired. And then the next day is, make sure they're not fake. Check that they have a stamp and stuff. So it's pretty similar so far. But then they start introducing like different queues. So you have like the regular queue and the VIP queue. There's like a name list. You have to like check off, make sure that they're on the list.
So you do need to. So like if the VIP comes in, you actually need to.
You have to like actually swap queues, and it takes time, and you only have a limited time to make money.
I'm just gonna wait for that moment where it'll be like in
And obviously, like some of the customers, like, your ID expired, and then they give it back with a bribe. They're like, oh, should I take the bribe? That's sort of like decision making. And then there are like special things, like the one mission, the sort of head of the bar who you talk to before you start every mission to get like your specification and stuff is like, do not let this guy in the bar. And he just like he totally skips the queue. Like you have to talk to him. It's like, come on, let me in. I'm like, nope. But we're best friends. Nope, get out of here. I'm complaining about this. Oh. So yeah.
I thought you'd play that game because it's so much similar to.
I know, right?
I'm
there's
waiting for it to
more
go on sale.
Character customization. There's like upgrades you can get for your flag.
Oh, okay.
And as you level up, your equipment gets better automatically, I think. So now I can press W to let people in instead of having to click the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
Actually, there were similar upgrades in Papers, Please, right? Like,
The most important upgrade in Papers, Please is pressing space.
Yeah.
To go into investigate mode.
Yeah.
That was like the godsend upgrade. Apart from that, the rest of the thing, whatever.
No, I'm just waiting for the moment where, like in Papers, Please, they just stop, like, they can't afford border guards anymore, so they just give you a briefcase with a gun. So it's just like, they're just gonna give you a taser, it's just like, someone rounds you up, get the taser up.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, the taming thing, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of people are really pissed off because it's sort of it hits too close to home for them, I guess.
I see.
The whole like, Britain first is very reminiscent of a certain other world leader.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's what you get when you base something that is more grounded in reality.
Yeah.
I suppose like the
Artotska is.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I feel like Papers,
Fictional.
Please was based in like the sort of Cold War Euro-Soviet stuff, which has happened. It's been like 30 years, so it's fine.
Also, like they don't use real countries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can relate, but in the end, it is fictional.
Yeah, I think this one is like set in the actual. There's actually different countries, and they do sort of.
I mean, they may not use the same names, but the fact that they use things like euro or something.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
use the same like slang, like krauts and like stuff. So it's
See,
definitely
even things like krauts are already
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what that means.
for
It's like a
German.
derogatory term for German people. Well, I don't know about derogatory, but it's a term for like German people.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I think depending on how you use it, it can be derogatory.
No.
I think because it was more of an older slang term for that.
Didn't it come in the World Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that's why it can be derogatory because it was
exactly.
it what
It's like
Spawned.
the enemy.
yeah exactly.
No. So yeah, it's definitely something that we play more of.
So that's all you've been playing?
That and Octopath Traveler.
Oh,
a little
Octopath
bit.
Traveler.
So I just got my 4th party member. That's how behind I am.
Well, I haven't been playing it ever since I moved back. So
I only ever play it when I'm not at home, because like we have a flat in Happy Valley. I have to go and like make sure stuff is okay.
I see.
Oh, AC guy's coming today to service the AC. You have to be in the flat, and my parents work. So I'm like, okay, fine.
So
While I
basically,
wait
you're
for
in the
him, I'll
same
be
boat
playing.
as I am.
Yeah, just do something in people right away.
Yeah.
Just,
Nice.
Just in case if you can't hear.
He's quiet.
He's
take this chance to
he's
talk
oddly
shit about-
quiet.
Yeah, no.
But is that all been playing?
Yeah, Octopath is pretty interesting. Like, I picked the thief character first.
Figures.
Basically,
What do you mean figures?
you said that money can be an issue, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no, I think I was watching the co-op to the podcast, and then one was talking about.
Like, I haven't spent
Nah.
any money.
Money
Well, actually, no,
is-
the beginning start, I bought like some weapons.
Well, you just steal shit. You don't even need money.
Yeah, you just like, oh, you have a nice amulet. I have a 10%.
I start with Tressa because I'm a honest person.
Who's Tristan?
The merchant girl.
Oh, right. I think what's his face? Zero Punctuation reviewed it.
Yep.
It was
And
like I can remember all 7, 8. No, I can't. Character stories. But I think the one he sort of resonated, like, he remembered the best was the merchant story.
Yeah.
From what I recall.
because you don't like all the other ones are kind of emo shit, and then you have this one that's just I'm just a happy little adventurer going off and doing shit.
Yeah. So like the order I went thief.
Mm-hmm.
You like steal the dragon's
Yep.
stones or whatever. You have
Yep.
to return them. So I like the thief because I saw you could steal SP. It's like, yes, infinite mana basically. And then there's another skill which steals health. So I'm like, I'm invincible. But like, I really like. I am going to have a lot of time with that game because enemies have like certain weaknesses, and my party doesn't have all the attacks, so I can't discover all of them. So I'm like running around and challenging everything. Like I switch weapons every turn to try and discover all of the weaknesses. Gotta have all the box revealed. So there's like different elemental attacks and stuff. So then I win. What's his name? The healer guy.
Healer guy,
The
Elfin,
apothecary. Yeah,
Elfin.
often because heals and revives.
No, you should let him learn amputate, and just spam amputate because like that thing wrecks bosses, man.
Oh man. Well, next skill, and then I went to. What did I get next? I can't
So
remember.
you're just going. Basically, you're going east, right?
I'm just going around in a circle. No, actually,
So-
the next one I think I was going to hunter.
Primrose. Oh wait. So you went.
I went south and then back up north and then back up.
Okay.
But yeah, again, there's not much of a tutorial, but it seems a little easy to get into. So yeah.
Alright, so Ian.
So aside from Skyrim, which I always fall back to, I've been. Yeah. All right. So Steam sales, right? I finally remember which game I bought.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Which was Guilty Gear Revelators,
Ooh, okay.
which I installed and haven't played, and then I had to do some shit with my hard drive because I was running out of space. So I backed up every game onto the spare drive, and then basically I deleted a bunch of games, and Guilty Gear got deleted,
Oh no.
and I just did not play it again. So yeah, and now I don't have internet at home, so so I can't even download it. Like
Yeah, this is the main reason why we all want to come together and do the session.
Yeah,
Well, not
like-
only that, I kind of like prefer this because it seems more controlled. Like,
Yeah.
when we're not talking over each
Because
other.
Ian
that much.
doesn't have internet. I've got people at home, so I can't record. Tristan,
I mean,
you're
I
here
can-
for fun.
Yeah.
Wes lives here, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know because my dad's a week off, right? So I don't usually like I told this to Sab and Tristan, but I'll say it with everyone else. Like I don't like when having to tell my dad that friends are coming over, because he's the kind of parent that was like, oh, we gotta make sure everything's clean and tidy before they get here. So it makes us, as you notice, like things are a lot different than usual.
yeah.
So that's usually the case when again my friends are coming over and they tell my dad about that. So because I don't want to have to deal with that, because my dad gets so antsy when it comes to things. So
I mean, it's understandable though. I mean, like, you know, sometimes you just have to go into the shoes of the parents. You know, you don't want, like, you know, the friends of your kids to go into your house and like see it's a mess. You know, I mean, it may not be a mess, you know, but you just want to have the impression that, you know.
I'm sure as you get older you'll sympathize more with
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
It's like whenever people watching cartoons, they're like, oh, you always sympathize with
the kid characters.
Yeah. And then when you
Yeah,
get older,
the
you're like,
reason why I'm not inviting you
God.
guys over to my house, aside from not having internet, it's the report-
There's no value in there.
no, like
sell it. What's the point?
Alright, so yesterday, right, a fucking contractor comes in and was about to install the glass pane of the bathroom. One of the glass panes got shattered during the transportation,
Oh,
right?
man.
Now it's half shattered, so there's glass shards everywhere. And he has to shatter it more so he can get it out of the frame, so he can bring in another glass pane tomorrow to install the glass pane, right? So now there is fucking glass shards all over the fucking floor, and I was gonna vacuum it this morning, right? And my fucking vacuum my vacuum is one of those things with a container, and then there's this little lid lock thing that keeps it closed.
Yeah.
That lid lock thing, I on the first day I was trying to get it open, and then that thing just snapped off, right the fuck off, and then I used glue to the super glue to stick it back in place, and every time I do it, it like snaps half off and not really. So I get super irritated by that. So I like apply more glue, and then every time I apply more glue, some of the old glue dissolves, and then the whole thing just falls off. And like it just keeps repeating. And today it fell off again, so I can't vacuum the floor, and there's glass shard everywhere.
So I'm assuming this is already past warranty, right?
No, I bought it like 2 days ago. No, like 2 weeks ago. I mean, but
I'm pretty sure that still covers warranty, though, right? We could just like bring it back and ask for.
Accidental damage. It
Yeah.
was a weak point. It broke in normal use. I feel like
Yeah. I think you have a case. You know, like especially if it's like one of the first times you use it, it just snaps off, and you're just like, it's not my fault. It must be like faulty plastic, because sometimes plastic, when not done right, can have like
no,
structural
it's just
problems.
that I didn't know. Like, there's a little thing there that you press down that it pushes the thing out, and that's the thing you're supposed to use. I didn't know that, so I was like, so I just snap this thing, right, and then I like pull it, and then it snaps it. And because it's like, if I read the instructions manual, it wouldn't have happened, so that's why I don't think it's covered.
I still feel like that's a design problem.
Whatever, man, like, but still, like, my vacuum isn't working, so now there's like little bits of glass everywhere. I even got some on my feet this morning, so
Oh no.
like it wasn't enough to hurt, but like it was like, oh shit, I feel like there's a bit of there's glass, there's glass. But anyway, so
Video games.
video games.
You should play cleanup details.
I played that, like, the first 2 hours of it was pretty zen, but
after a while, you're trying to find that last sting. You're like,
Yeah. Oh man.
plus like each room just takes forever to clean up.
it's so satisfying afterwards. You're like, it's so sparkly clean and mostly empty because I burned everything.
House people. I forgot to mention.
The annoying thing, right? Like
Yeah.
in physical cleanup crew, whatever. You take a bucket, right? And then like it's all blood and gore inside.
Yeah,
and then like
mop, right?
and then you're like, oh, let's just shove it into the incinerator.
And then you spill it right on the entrance.
Yeah. And then now you go grab another mop and you mop it, and then the same bucket, and then you put it back. Oh, and a bit, like not all of it, just a bit of it spills, and you have to get another mop and mop it again.
Yeah.
Just repeat.
Multiplayer can be a double-edged sword. Like, you got more hands, right, to cover more ground. But
you can also
if you play with certain friends, not much progress is going to be made.
He's gonna shoot the melty gun everywhere. Let's go.
Or they're just walking around tracking blood footsteps everywhere, and just like, motherfucker, I just cleaned those floors.
Oh, and then the footprints.
Yeah, it's just like, wipe your feet, go. Where did you go? He followed the footsteps all the way around the complex. Mother.
Well, Well, the one who doesn't realize his mouth is open.
Yeah.
He's just adding
Yeah.
stains to the walls.
Like, I do enough chores and cleaning in my house. I've told Wes.
Yeah.
I've
The reason why
done
he doesn't
enough.
play the
This is
game.
not why I don't play this game. Like, if it's with I don't even own it, but if it's with friends, fine, maybe. But I don't want to have to go through all the other stress and hassle. Please, I do enough at home.
By the way, in some maps you can find some dynamite, you can light it up,
Yep.
and you can explode your friends.
Yep.
And that means more gibs everywhere, and you have to clean that up.
Or you can just walk into each other and then one of you dies for no reason.
Oh yeah, you can
at all.
just smack each other and somehow you can die from
Yep.
that.
That doesn't
let's-
leave
Yeah.
guts everywhere.
Yeah.
Alright, so an actual game I've been playing over.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Reel it back in.
Yeah. So, Frostpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, I told Sam before on a WhatsApp chat. And, Frostpunk, right? So, for those of you who haven't played it, premise of it is, it's a sudden ice age. Yeah. So, it's a sudden ice age, and, like, you're a group of, like, I don't know, Londoners. I don't know.
It's like post-apocalyptic, like
Yeah,
Victorian time, right?
Yeah, so basically, because in the Arctic there are lots of coal, so you go to the Arctic of all places to settle. I don't know why you don't go south, but
No, I think it's
Arctic
oil,
it's
gas,
it's
coal. It's London, though, right?
yeah, you walk north to the Arctic too.
in
settle.
Scotland then.
You
Basi- yeah.
can walk to the Arctic
So-
from there, yeah.
So the camp you find, right? There's a chimney, for God knows what reason. There's just a chimney right in the middle, and that chimney is the generator that's gonna keep your whole city alive. And so on the first day, like your advisor goes, like, "Oh, we need some coal to keep the generator running, or we're gonna die of cold."
Yeah.
So what the game doesn't tell you, right? And if any of you get this game, right, it's a great game. Gathering posts are the most useful structures, and you should build one everywhere. And like, the game doesn't tell you this, right? It's just like, why don't you send some people to gather shit? Okay, send 15 people onto the coal pile, send other 15 onto the wood pile, and then like, oh, look, gathering post. Oh, it costs 10 wood and 3 and some steel, and then like, so it allows you to store stuff, and people can work there to gather stuff, and you're like, why would I need that? Like, my people can just go there and gather shit.
They can die on the way.
They do not gather enough for anything. So on my first playthrough, the first day went through okay, and then I realized I need food, right? So I set up Hunter's Camp, and Hunter's Camp, each hunter can provide 1.5 times, no, each hunter provides 1 food. So 15 hunters provide 15 food, and then you can put it into the food
Machine.
yeah, the food machine that engineers work on, and it turns every food gets turned into 2 food.
Like a processor.
Yeah.
Food processor.
So
And I just go to kitchen.
Distillery.
I don't remember. It's a camp
Makes
thing.
more food.
Yeah. But anyway,
It's more like rationing and stuff.
yeah,
like
it's
that.
rationing. So
Oh, you called it chicken? That's 2 chickens now.
exactly. So anyway, right? So at that rate, every day I was producing 30 food. But I have 80 people, and each person requires 1 food per day. So I took the moral high ground, right? Instead of adding sawdust and
yeah.
so you can add sawdust and whatever other waste you can get into your rations to make each ration fill 2 people,
Yeah.
right? So
Like bulk up the food so that
Yeah.
it's like extra fiber, you know,
Yeah.
because I mean hard times, you know, you
Yeah.
got to do what you got to do.
So I took the moral high ground, right? I'm not gonna feed my people sawdust. I'm gonna feed them soup. And this old lady comes up to me and says, "Oh, I just love the fluid lifestyle we're getting. Fluid fucking lifestyle. Go starve, you bitch. What the fuck?"
It's probably on a diet.
Yeah.
Liquid diet.
And what's worse, right? On the 4th day, so it's scripted, right? You follow a set schedule, and every few days you get this chilling period, and then it raises a bit back up, but it never really reaches as warm as it started. It keeps getting colder, so that's why you keep upgrading. So on the 4th day, suddenly everything goes to shit, right? It becomes twice as cold, and
it's bad times all around.
and then okay, so I don't have enough food, and I don't have enough shelter, I don't have enough material to build shelter, and people are starting to get sick, but they aren't dying.
Yeah, so they still consume food. So you need to take care of them, but you don't have enough hands to work because they've lost their legs or their arms, and it's but there's still a mouth to feed. So it's exactly. It just starts getting worse and worse.
Yeah. So I was like, alright, people are getting sick real quick, so I need to put my generator on overdrive, right? Put it on overdrive, and then the second day, advisor comes in and warns me, yo, that thing's gonna go over, when it goes overdrive, it's gonna explode and everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, alright, so it's 50%-ish now, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Second I press turn it off, 3 people get frostbitten.
Yeah.
Just immediately, just click, bam! 3 people frostbitten. I'm like, oh shit, press it back on. They don't recover from that. They just oh no, I'm just losing my arm now. I'm just gonna sit there and not do no work.
I know, yeah, because what's your frostbitten? That's done. Yeah. That's it. The arm is gone.
No, you can keep them there, not working, frostbitten, and when you research to a high enough tier, they can actually recover. But I don't have that technology. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough food to feed you guys even. How am I gonna get your fucking black arm to become white again?
It's day 5, motherfuckers. I don't have enough shit.
And why don't you just die? Just die. No, you don't die. And
what Ian didn't mention is that there's also a morale and happiness meters
Oh
that you
my
have to
God.
balance. So there's people's happiness, but there's also people's morale. And you have to juggle both of them.
Yes.
Oh, not the best. It's a lot of stress.
yeah, and then after exploding, so I was like, fuck it. Nah, this is a failed venture. I'm just gonna let it explode. Yeah, so that's the first run, right? I even named it Rapture. So fitting. And then second run I named it Columbia. It still went to shit. And then I went through a couple more runs, and then I finally got the starting sequence down, and then I can finally see beyond day 6.
Hey.
So for the first time ever, right, my scouts are there's this mechanic where you send out scouts, and then they'll scout areas for survivors, and then they bring them back, so you get more survivors and more hands to work, right? So for the first time ever, I have successfully recovered the first main group of survivors, and now I have 110-ish people. And then I can finally send my scouts out for a second team, and I still have enough food. I even have surplus food. I'm like, wow,
it's beautiful when you see surplus.
A surplus, wow. And then send my scouts out for another. So there are 3 locations I could scout, right? So I just went by the descriptions. So the first one was there's a flag, a British flag, and there are no traces of survivors, but there's a flag. You might want to investigate. And then there's the other one where they saw smoke, and so it's probable that there are people living there. And then I'm like, yeah, there's smoke, so they don't need help yet. And then the third location, right? Your scouts last saw smoke, but the smoke were waning. So you're like, if they are survivors there, they are gonna need the help. So I'm like, oh, urgent, send scouts. They go there, and then they arrive, and what they report back was, oh, yeah, they're a group of polar bears. They're just polar bears, and there are a group of survivors on the cliff. Yeah, they're kind of cornered. If you do nothing, all the survivors there are going to be eaten by the bears. If you're brave enough, you can send in your scouts to distract the bears for them. If your scouts survive, right? If your scouts survive, yeah, your scouts can even lead the survivors back to your town. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice deal. And then I start weighing up my options, right? Okay, so 5 scouts, if they survive, like when they present me with a if they survive scenario, I'm thinking, oh, best case scenario, none of them die. Worst case scenario, maybe 4 of them die.
4 of them die.
Yeah, you never consider like all of them could be dead, right? You always like, oh, worst case scenario, yeah, 1 of them live, 4 of them die, and then none of the camp, like, and then so click distract. Send in all 5 of my scouts die, like naturally, and then
Naturally.
yeah. So thank goodness, like the survivors up there made it back alive, because God forbid they help when my scouts are alive. They say, oh, when your scouts were fighting the bears, they started to take notice and then they decided to help. But that was too late. All your scouts are dead. Too bad. And then like, oh dang, all my scouts are dead. Well, like even if it's just for morale, right? I was like, oh, let's research cemeteries. Yeah. You know what? The douchebags of the survivors didn't even bring me back the... They're just here and then they just add to the party and then like... Now I have wasted wood just sitting there because no one has died yet. And then they don't even bring me back the corpses to put in the cemetery. And then it's just sitting there. And then the worst thing is now I'm kind of regretting having the cemetery where I placed it. Because like, this game is a SimCity, right?
Yeah.
If it's a SimCity and then like... so I have this all figured out. Okay, I have a living quarters. And then I have the research department right next to it. And then I have some... hunters department on the other side of the research department, and then there's the food right next to the hunter, and then like all these districts very nicely figured out, and then suddenly I want to the cemetery. So where am I gonna put it? I have place right next to the residential district. Let's plonk a graveyard right next to where people live. And then, like, now no one is there, and then suddenly there's a graveyard. There's no graves inside. And then when I researched, like, ceremonial rites, right? So it's like, oh, you can pass laws every day. And I passed ceremonial rites so that when people die, they get a proper burial, right? And the reason why I passed that bill, right? Because they say, oh, at night, between 9 and 10, people will attend this ceremonial burial, so that the dead are more accounted for, right? This old lady comes at me and says, oh, yeah, like we have that much time to waste seeing people getting buried. Oh, what the fuck, man? When you die, you're not getting the burial, right? What the hell are you even doing?
There is some straight up, like, stock up bitches there, dude. Like, the other option, if I'm not mistaken, is to have, like, a dead pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because... you can just dump the bodies into a pile, they'll get frozen over, and maybe you can use the pile later for fuel or food. And it's like, huh? Because cemeteries are expensive, my boy. You need to go through you need to prepare the cemetery, you need to do all the ceremonial rites and things, and that costs resources, right? Manpower. Why don't we just have a dead pile? Fuck no, not gonna have a dead pile. And this bitch is just like, look at all these resources we're wasting. Fuck off.
No, she was like, look at, we have so much time to just go and attend these ceremonies. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It's 9 to 10 p.m. You're not even doing anything at that point. It's not even your work hour. You just go.
I have a question. What did you have the kids do?
The first time when it all went to shit, I had them do child labor because, of course, like when times are dire, you need child labor.
Yeah.
Yes. Like we all agree, kids.
I mean, it's gonna have to be pretty dire, but it's the apocalypse. I mean, there's really not much
I
room.
mean, if there's gonna be a situation in which child labor is okay, apocalypse is probably one of
It's
them.
probably one of the few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time I started becoming better at the game, I started putting them in engineering.
Yeah.
But then, when the hospitals got filled up and there weren't enough hands at the hospitals, then I started realizing, oh, it doesn't matter if the researches are happening at 1.5 times the speed when the hands that are doing the research are all sitting in the infirmaries trying to, I have a sneeze, I'm not going to work today. Yeah, so that's why on this run, when everything is going fine so far, I put them all into medical. So now they're like, if people are getting sick, man, you better get back to work as soon as you can, because like I need that wood.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that wood, but
I need it.
yeah,
It's true. You need that wood. You're gonna be building a lot of stuff.
yeah, especially roads.
Oh, dude, roads. So helpful. They cut down on so much time and they link everything together.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you don't have roads, like when you send out people to like mine the coal and the wood, it looks kind of depressing because they're just trudging through like 4-foot high snow, and you can see the paths they all carve into the snow, and it looks bad, man.
And then like every night, like how much snowfall they get is that every night the trails they trod through the snow.
It's all filled up, and it's just like,
oh wow, they're gonna have to truck through the same pile of snow. Well, not my problem.
And it's just like it's like watching ants in like the very beginning of the game. You just see all the different lines people are taking through the snow, and then they come back next day, clean sheets of snow covered plains. Oh, gonna have to trudge through this again. Trudge, and it just like roads speed it up, but it's just so depressing watching them just because you can see the animations are just like.
Yeah, because I don't have a speaker yet, right? So I'm using my headphones to play that game, and like the thing that really drives home the depressingness of the game is like, yo, I have surplus food, I have surplus coal, I have surplus steel. The only thing I'm short on is wood, and every day all I hear is people going.
Yeah. It's like,
my despair level is at 0 and my home is at 80, and all I hear is people going. Yo, what the hell?
Man.
it's a real bleak game. It's a good game, but it's real bleak at times.
What the hell? What do you want? You have so much hope.
Yeah,
It's really crying.
It's like you want to be happy. You go to a bar or like the fight house. You know, there are like fights every night. You have people like beating each other up for your entertainment. Because that's the thing you can pass. Because like at one point, like it'll be like people need something to be happy in the first stage before getting to like a bar.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
a fight club.
It's a fight club. It's like, do you want do you want the fight club? Because like, if you do, then you know some hands will be used, but then people will be happier, right? If you don't, well,
the fight club doesn't actually consume anything. It's just a place where people can duke it out and release their stress. And then you can upgrade it into a public house, and it's a pub, right? So the public house is where you need hands to work.
Yeah.
And on the first few days when I was short on hands, I had the morning shift people go in and work the bar at night. But then I was like, oh, the engineers aren't doing anything. Like, engineers are never doing anything. Like, I just realized you need, like, at first I thought engineers were like, oh, if I need, I'm gonna need a lot of engineers to do their specialist roles, and then I realized, oh, no, specialist roles are like very few and far in between. So, what if I just put them into the workers' roles? And then it turns out they don't work well if you put them with workers. Like, the efficiency never goes up to 100 if you have workers and engineers in the same role. So, like, I always have these, like, 10-man space where, like, you can fit 15 people, and if you put in 5 engineers, the 5 engineers pretty much don't count. So I'm like, oh, the engineers aren't doing anything. So I just like, engineers go work the bar. Like, oh yeah, you have an engineering degree. Go serve drinks.
That sounds like real life, right?
Pretty much it.
That'll be us in 3 years.
Yeah. So,
And,
Bill, what are you doing? I'm teaching. What do you have? Bachelor's degree in animation.
Yeah, so
Oh, so you're teaching at college?
It's like, that's where the pay's at. It's like, oh, how much do you earn? Not enough.
but yeah, Frostpunk it's pretty fun. It's like an apocalyptic SimCity where people won't stop sniffing and crying.
Oh, dude.
Like, I don't get what the hope meter is for if I'm still gonna be hearing all of that.
It's bad, man. It's bad. You want bleak. Frostpunk is pretty bleak.
Yeah, but so far I'm like on day 18 and it's been good.
Did you find the bridge?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause my previous scouts party died and I still haven't.
Rip.
Yeah, like they got eaten by polar bears.
That's right. That's right.
And
The one out.
yeah, I still hadn't had enough wood to, because I've been so busily expanding my buildings and doing research. Oh, all the research take wood, and then like, you want tier 2 resources. Well, you're running out of tier 1 resources. You better start saving up some wood, and then as you're building these new structures, more roads that lead out to the outskirts of that little valley, and then like, wood is it's just never enough. Like, I have 2 lumber camps and I'm still eating up all the wood every day, and when I put up people on wood and the blizzard comes, then I don't have enough coal. And like, I just upgraded my generator to tier 2 and it says, it consumes more coal. I'm like, okay, it consumes more coal. How much more is it gonna be? They didn't say literally double. Like, I thought, look, it says on my spreadsheet that my coal income is like 20 surplus every day. Oh, good, 20 surplus. I'm gathering like 200-ish. And then I have 20 surplus. And then I I guess it's time to upgrade.
10%, that's about right, yeah.
It's time to upgrade. Oh, it's a minus 180. We don't have enough coal for anything.
Yeah, because you also have like the kitchens and the cookhouses and like all the those warm houses you have to.
Yeah.
Because how it works is, if you've seen Frostpunk, you have the main generator, which is like this big column, like a chimney, like Ian said. And the way the SimCity works is that you build in tiers out from the generator. So
further out it's colder.
Yeah, the further out it is, it's colder. And like on the outer ring are the resources that you can get. So like sometimes the generator's not enough, but you built on like the 3rd or 4th layers, so you need like these, like the kitchen provides heat, or like these like
steam hubs.
Yeah, steam hubs that you need to help disperse the heat. Otherwise, residential areas get cold and people get unhappy and they get sick, and it's
then they get frostbite and then they start not dying.
They cling on to their miserable fucking lives, and it's like,
I've lost a toe. I'm not going to work.
Yeah, it's like fuck off. But yeah. And all those bits require coal, right?
Yeah.
So you need a lot of coal for the main generator, and bits of coal for like all the steam hubs and kitchens and stuff. And then it's like, you don't got enough coal. Everything starts going to shit.
Yeah, Blizzard comes in and then turn on overdrive, and then like, you have enough coal to run it for 5 hours. 5 hours?
It's like, well, we're gonna die, boy.
Yeah, and then that's why, like, even though I have so much hope and so little despair, I passed every law that says you can work overtime, because I know when that blizzard comes, you'd rather be working overtime than dying. So I'm like, yo, blizzard's tomorrow, dude. Guess who's working 24 hours tonight?
It's me.
I don't care about that despair. You go get me that coal.
I mean, working overtime is probably better than just staying freezing your ass off. At least you're moving and like doing stuff.
Yeah, then of course like people go.
After that's the entire game, just crying.
Yeah.
Bad times all around, and it's like if children aren't working, you know, if they're in like you have to put them somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So it's like schools and education,
Oh, okay.
but they can't work until they're grown up. So when it's like, oh, a new baby's born, it's like, oh, wonderful, there's more food that I need to get.
Ooh, my food
Like,
cost went up.
Who
My
gave
resource
you?
pretty
Who gave you the time and money to have sex?
It's like, who told you to procreate? No one. It's like 5 more kids have been born. I need more houses. I need to build the houses. I need wood. I don't have wood. What else do I need? Steel. I only have a bit of steel left. How are we doing on the food situation? -5. Fuck.
You know, they need to entertain themselves.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, time to give them soup.
yeah.
Just gotta love that fluid lifestyle.
That's why you have to like really weigh your options, like because like early on in the game, you're really considering to put them into child labor.
Yeah.
Because you need those extra hands.
But I'm pretty happy putting them into medical. Like,
because medical is such an important job, especially in Frostpunk.
Yeah.
Because once people start once you start losing hands, oh boy.
Everyone starts doing it. It's like a trend, man. Oh man, Mr. Smith on that side lost his hand yesterday. Oh man, that's so fashionable. I'm gonna go chop my hand off tonight.
Oh god, it reminds me of World War II when soldiers would like
Yeah.
Oh.
those like minor injuries and then get
Oh yeah, the Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just shoot themselves in the foot. And
or they like stick their hand up and like a sniper would shoot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I can't shoot now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Like one person gets frostbite, everyone gets frostbite,
Oh, it's bad.
and then they stop working.
Hey, I can skip work. All it costs me is a little bit of frostbite. Well, why do you think they're crying so much?
But yeah, like with every policy you pass, someone's gonna bitch about. Oh,
yeah.
I put the children in school, and then they come on, yeah, what are you gonna do all day? Watch the snowfall. Yeah, and then I put them into medical. Oh yeah, at least they're doing work now. There's little leeches. Yeah. Oh.
So what else? Okay, so
And
what
it's
else have
like-
you been playing?
Let's see. I bought Monster Hunter World again on the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got roped into buying them too.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the box version, but they say it's gonna come in September.
Yeah, it's better to wait because right now it's a bug fest.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I don't know.
It's not like bug fest. It's
just-
DC fest. You keep going in, and then 2 minutes later.
Yeah, I'm seeing my Steam chat, like the Steam pop-up things,
Oh
like
my
Monster
God.
Hunter World, Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter World.
I'm friends with Brian on Steam. Like every 5 minutes it pops up. It's like he's now playing Monster Hunter World. He's now playing Monster Hunter World. He's now. I don't have that issue. I don't know why. Well, I don't think I have that issue. I don't know what it looks like on other people's ends. But for me,
The
I'm just
disconnection issue, like window pops up and says you've been disconnected.
Oh,
from
no, I
this
don't have
session.
that.
Oh, okay. Because what happens is apparently the Valve didn't really work shit out with Capcom before they released it, so the friend list thing uses sort of connection peer-to-peer thing that comes into odds with Monster Hunter World connections. So every time your friend list updates, your Monster Hunter World gets disconnected.
See, having no friends is a benefit.
So
I always play on private mode. I'm like, it's fine for me.
So, like, for all that issues, I still say the PC version is superior. 60 FPS is a real deal.
Yeah, I mean, some people get 60. I don't.
Oh, you tried turning the fog off, volumetric fog?
Yeah, it's 45-ish.
Oh, wow. Anyway, so, because I've been playing on console, right? PS4. Mine isn't even PS4 Pro. And, like, there are times when you roll out of the way and you think you did it on time, but because a little delay of the 30 FPS and you roll and you just didn't roll. But and on PC that's less of an issue, but the PC textures are horrid right now.
It looks wonky.
Yeah, because and you can't use options to set, no matter whether you set to high or low, it's the same really wonky textures because apparently they just didn't they apparently just missed putting in the high-res textures, and they still haven't got around to fixing it that yet.
Yeah.
So
It was delayed, wasn't it? The PC version was delayed.
Yeah.
well, one reason why is because the Monster Hunter team, they never worked on a PC port before, but because they wanted it to be like their own branch of Capcom, so instead of relying on other people to do the port for them, they did the port themselves, and goes to show experience counts for a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
right.
so easy though. You have to go in Unity and press export first.
Yeah, so right now it's not in the best shape. It's still a great game, but if you look at the Steam reviews, you're gonna see a lot of negative reviews.
Yeah,
bad
I've seen like
time.
the mixed, like
Yeah.
overall.
But that's more just because the vocal minority.
Yeah, that's always the case. Like I still have no idea what I'm doing in the game. I'm like, oh, I can kill things and I can skin them and I get their bones. Okay, and I go back home. Oh, I can craft things. Okay,
What's the last boss you killed?
I'm gonna craft one of everything. Let's go. The big Jagras thing. So like,
What? You've only
no,
gone up
I've
to...
done like nothing. I'm still wearing bone armor basically.
I'm still wearing bone armor. I've killed way further things than you. Alright.
I mean, like certain armors, like
I just unlocked the first like. I just
transition
unlocked camps.
more than others.
Okay, that's fair.
You're
Like-
supposed to kill like the bird that carries stuff or stuff.
The Kulu Yaku.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and then explore this whole map. And I found
Yeah,
like
exploring is great.
I found the camp people or whatever.
Yeah, the Grumble kinds.
Yeah, that.
The cat
Like, oh,
people are
cool.
the best part of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, basically they are. They're really helpful later on.
I don't know what they do. I just like,
So-
follow him. Okay.
Oh, have you actually gotten up to their camp and talked to them?
Yeah.
Okay. So what they do is they teach your Palico
Yeah.
how to use new equipment.
Oh.
So like your Palico by default comes with a healing thing.
Yeah. He's got two things. He's got a healing thing and now he's another thing.
Yeah, so you can switch out the healing thing for the fly cage, which allows him to throw flash bombs.
Oh.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, but flash bombs are really useful. But like later on in the game, you get equipment for it to steal material, for it to like play a trumpet and give you buffs,
Yeah.
and then
I just
also
found it really
bombs.
funny that one of the weapons you can use is a bagpipe in the main game.
Hunting horn.
Oh no, I saw it written as bagpipe
Ah.
somewhere. I don't know where. Like the initial pick your weapon screen or whatever. It's like, huh. But my obsession is I'm a completionist, and so
Oh god. I
you
don't
start
know.
off with one of every weapon.
Yeah.
It's like the lowest tier. I'm like, but you can upgrade them all, and there's no downside to doing it. I'm gonna have to collect a lot of iron. Let's go. So I'm like busy upgrading everything and just crafting one of everything as much as I can.
The thing is, I get really comfortable with one weapon, and then until I get bored of it, I'm just using that one weapon.
I still haven't found a weapon I like. So I
Oh,
tried
wow.
the daggers first, and those
Yeah.
were alright. I feel like they didn't do much damage. And then I tried.
Well, that depends
The
on how you
bow?
use the daggers.
Well, like
I don't know what I'm doing. I just mash left click. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I click
Oh
right
right,
click
you're
and
using,
stuff
of
happens.
course, you're using mouse
Mouse and
and
keyboard.
yeah.
And then I tried the bow, and that's a pain in the ass to aim because aim isn't right click because right click is heavy attack or whatever.
What?
Yeah, I just spammed that like dragon arrow thing.
Okay.
Like it does damage. And
I still recommend using a controller.
I
Agreed.
probably should.
Agreed.
At some point, but I got a Switch recently and I've been using the Pro controller.
Yeah.
So going back to those like Logitech controllers, they feel so wide.
Just use your Pro controller
This
over
was-
Steam.
But you need
Yeah.
to have the Steam. I need to sort that out.
No, you just need to plug it in.
Really?
Hmm.
No, because I was reading how to use. You have to go to like Steam Beta update and like set up your controller.
No, right now they have it, so I just plugged it in and it worked.
Oh, okay.
You could try.
Because being on Steam Beta means you update your Steam every like 2 days.
I
It's a
didn't.
pain.
I'm not on beta, I don't think.
Oh, I have to go back and try that then.
But
But then the other thing is a mapping. I'm like A or B or X or Y. No, triangle, no, square. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Circle?
yeah, basically you just need to flip all the buttons around
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah.
uses the Xbox prompt, but the Xbox prompt has A at B and B at A.
Yeah. It's
and
pretty
X
weird
at
because because I grew up with Xbox and Nintendo pretty much.
Yeah.
And when it came to the control, because like with Xbox, I just rely on the colors.
Yeah.
Right. And then for it wasn't really confusing for me because it was GameCube and Xbox original, so the controls are obviously way different. The layouts are way different. But when it came to like, the Wii U and then like playing 360,
and Pro controllers.
I mostly rely on the colors.
Yeah, true.
It's funny. I was playing Mario Kart with my brothers. How do you accelerate? You press A. Wait, which one's A? You can press Y to accelerate as well.
I didn't know
In
that.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, but because the layouts for the Switch stuff, because they want to like for hand the Joy-Con, single Joy-Con, so they want to like make sure like.
No, but no, even if you're on the Pro controller, there's two accelerate buttons. I'm like, that's why would you not have one of those?
Because they don't know what else to put on there.
Yeah,
don't map it then.
Yeah, because I don't think they want to have like other controllers have an advantage over some things. So I think they want to keep it like have the same the minimal requirements that as the Joy-Cons, and then paste it to every other controller.
The other thing I've been playing, I forgot, is Mario Kart. So I've been doing all the.
I remember seeing you play that
cops.
before I ran out of internet.
So far I ran through all the 50cc, 150, 150, and now I'm like, should I go mirror or 200?
Mirror first.
I was like, I'll probably do mirror. So I've done like one level with mirror, but I tried 200. Oh my god, you have to use a brake button.
I know, right?
And there's drift braking. Like, I didn't know that was a thing.
What? There's drift
Like,
braking?
while you drift, you can press the brake button to slow down and you keep your drift.
I didn't know that.
I know, right?
It's a whole new world.
Oh, it's totally different. And like, I also played a bunch of like online matches, and if you pair with like high level people, so you start off at what, like 1,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
1,000
1,000 points, right?
So then like one night we started with 1,000, everyone was like 1,300 or whatever, and then one night we get to a guy who's like 9,000 something. I'm like,
what the hell?
Yeah, I've seen people like 13,000.
And then a couple more days later, I saw a guy was like 27,000. I'm like, what? So basically, when I was playing the 9,000 guy, was like always first. He somehow built up a huge lead. Like they all use that little Bowser's kid character. I can't remember who. Like, you learn all these new shortcuts when you play with him. You're like, how did he overtake? Oh, didn't know you could do that.
I mean, like I remember like when playing Mario Kart Double Dash, doing the time trials was like the way to learn.
Yeah.
Great way to learn shortcuts.
Because if you do it, the ghosts in hard, they're like, you'll just see them jump off cliffs, and then you're like, where did the ghost go? And then turns out if you jump off that cliff at the right speed, you can fly far enough to reach the other side without falling to the. Yeah, so that's what happens.
Yeah.
So that's what everyone been doing.
Yeah. Oh, I've been playing Octopath Traveler as well, and my party setup was like Sam said he just got his 4th character. Well, I've all 8
I can't remember
characters.
who my 3rd character is for the life of me.
Is it not Hannett?
Who?
Hannett, the hunter girl.
Thief, Apothecary, Hunter, and I can't remember the 4th.
Probably one of the dancer or the.
Well, maybe I don't have a 4th.
Ah.
Can't remember. Haven't played it in a while.
So on the Octopath Traveler subreddit, which I'm subscribed to, people are like, "Oh yeah, just use Cyrus. Cyrus gonna carry you through the whole game because like mage, nuke, bang, bang, bang." And I was like, I wanted to be the heroic party, so I just picked all the characters with the heroic abilities. So I had the merchant, who is opposed to the thief. So instead of stealing shit, I have to buy it off of people, which means I have to make lots of money, which I get by like running around maps that I'm not supposed to be in. And then Tressa the merchant has this ability where if you enter and exit a map, based on how far you've traveled in the map, you get money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So money is not a problem in my playthrough, except when I need to go do marathons. So what happens, right? It's the lore says Tressa finds an unfortunate soul, which is a dead adventurer, and loots it. And so basically every time I go on a marathon, like 10,000 adventurers. Yeah, you can just
world, man.
Yeah, you can just imagine like before Tressa showed up, like there were no dead adventurers. But once Tressa showed up, like adventurers just die everywhere.
Death. Like, have you thought about the fact that she's
the merchant?
She's the Reaper.
Yeah, she's the merchant of death. But yeah, so I had her be a dancer, and then because you can pick subclass for your
I haven't
characters.
even unlocked that yet.
Yeah, basically they're right. when you get to chapter 2, the places where you unlock extra classes are right next to the tier 2 towns. But you'll get to that sooner or later. But so I made her a dancer, and then I have 2 apothecaries in my party. So I have Ulberic, who's the warrior, and I had the warrior become an apothecary. And then I had the cleric become a scholar, so she can nuke instead of heal. And then I had the my apothecary is also a merchant. So I have 2 merchants, 2 apothecaries, a cleric, basically. So everyone in my party is a support class, basically. And what happens, right? The merchant is a great class. You can donate. There's this thing called BP, so you can boost up your abilities, and you can boost it up to like 4 times. So some skills do like 4 times damage for every 4 times boost, but most skills get a bit of deduction from the bonus. So I think amputate is one of the ones that get full. Amputate is one of the ones that get full bonus from having 4 times BP. That's why I always donate BP to one of the apothecaries and let them amputate shit when I need. And the great thing about apothecaries is that when I need people to heal my SP, I can just make them brew shit. And you can't even, like, I have so many elixirs to heal SP that I've never used. But you don't actually need to use them because the apothecaries can brew them with
on the fly. You just combine ingredients that you're carrying,
and it's like really cheap. And like these ingredients, they just appear out of nowhere. I don't even know where I got them.
Looting chests.
Yeah.
You combine the dust with this thing, and then everyone in your party heals a bunch or gets a bunch of mana or battle points. There's this scarf that I bought from Tressa's mom and dad. Oh, apparently if you want to get stuff from your mom and dad, you need to buy it off of them. But that allows them to heal SP every turn. And they also have the apothecary skill that allows them to heal SP every attack. Yeah.
So like infinite SP. So yeah, I have lots of... My party is pretty broken right now, except my damage isn't as high as I would like. Like instead of nuking 10,000, so the first damage cap is 9,999, and then the second damage cap is 99,000 blah blah blah. And my party is not even up to the cap yet, so I'm pretty, like, people in the subreddit I've just reached level 27 and I'm hitting like 99,999, and I'm like, yo, my nukes are going off for like 2,000 and 3,000. I don't get where they get all the 99,000.
Wait, how do you break the first cap though?
You have to spec and warrior, and you get the final warrior passive.
Oh, I see.
So you basically when you spec into a second class, you have to spend as many points as you did on the first class.
Okay.
At least it's not like continuous.
Yeah, it's not continuous.
That's easier.
So basically it costs around, I think in total it costs like 8,000 something JP to unlock everything, because it goes like 30, 10, 30, 50, and then 100, and then
300?
No, it goes up faster than that. It goes up like 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, something like that. So in the end, it all adds up to like 8,000, but you don't need the final skill for most of them. I got the final skill for Tressa, because apparently you deal as much, for however much damage you deal, you get that much gold.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I'm just going to farm all the money we're using that skill. And lo and behold, Tressa's damage is shit. Like just using the normal collect function, which is like steal, except it steals coin. That thing gives me more money than using the final skill. And then the final skill costs me like 1,000 SP as well. Like she can only use it twice at her current mana. So I'm like, what's this skill even good for? But I'm sure, like, when I have her, when I give her an actual decent weapon.
And Striker as warrior, you get 99,000 coins like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
But yeah, so Octopath is pretty good.
Yeah, so
Oh, the other thing is, because I have the Steel SP skill, that basically takes SP based on how much damage you do. It's not so much how much damage you do, it's how much damage they take. So if they're on, like,
it's how much damage they have, how much health they have.
Yeah, so it's if they're at 1 health and you do like 1,000,000 damage, you still only get. Like,
it's
point.
pretty counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And share SP.
And there's no way to see how much health they have.
Share
well,
SP.
Not directly.
There's a skill from Thief called Share SP. That's why I don't have a Thief in my party. Because when you share SP, right, you're like, oh, well, let me donate some of my SP to you. So you think, like, if you boost it, right, you'd think, like, oh, I'll
give you more for the same amount or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, at first you give half of your SP. And if you boost it, you give all of your SP. And then if you boost it again, then you get the bonus for going over the cap. But you still spend all your SP doing it.
Yeah.
So like it goes to 0. And then you're like, oh, now I want to steal SP. Oh, I don't have SP to steal SP. So that's why I don't have a thief in my party. I'll just find another way to manage my mana.
Yep.
okay, so I mean that's all. So I think we're at pretty much at a 2-hour mark. We might as well just take a break,
Yeah.
and then we'll take a quick break, and we'll go into other stuff like some news and some things that have happened. So yeah, we'll just take a short break right now.
Wow, we did 2 hours without a break.
Wow.
Well, I wanted it earlier, but you guys were going on and on.
Sorry, man.
It's not my fault.
Devoured those 2 bottles of water and I was
Yeah,
like,
you
I
did.
need the bathroom.
I mean, you can just reuse the bottle.
Uh,
It's empty.
Okay, we're back from the break.
Wait, was it recording or did you mute
No,
it?
I muted it.
See, this is 15 minutes of like. Let's see.
I mean, they usually do that, but they usually have like.
But you can cut it.
music
anyway.
or whatever.
Yeah, some lounge music or something, but I don't have that. So
If anyone would like to give us some music to play, or plug your music, Bandcamp, whatever,
I don't
SoundCloud. And we're free advertising for you.
They make my SoundCloud, guys. Okay, so one of the things on my list was, do you guys want to talk about Anicon?
We could. That
We
depends.
could. We went.
Yeah.
We saw. We conquered. And
Yeah. We did. There was a unfortunate lack of Wes dancing.
Yeah.
Oh,
There wasn't
right.
a dancing booth, which is
Yeah,
a shame.
that was a real shame. As we all know, that Wes is a god amongst men when it comes to Just Dance and Dance Central.
Yeah. We've all had first-hand experience of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've all had first-hand experience with that.
We saw some pro gamers play KOF.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, like KOF was never about the fighting, it's all about the girls.
We saw some cosplayers, we saw some like figures, and then we saw like we were trying to look for Pokemon stuff, but it was just Pikachu stuff.
What is Pokemon? It's just that yellow thing, right? That's called that's the what the Pokemons they're talking about.
What is a Pokemon? A miserable pile of Pikachus.
Oh my god! Like, have you seen like the Smash Direct?
Hey?
And the Smash Bros. Direct. Well, pretty much it was like a Castlevania.
Right,
Simon
Simon
Belmont's book got revealed. The other Castlevania guy, Victor Belmont, but pretty much like the most iconic Castlevania characters are now finally in Smash.
Didn't they show off that crocodile? Not crocodile.
No, King K. Rool,
Yeah,
at
that
the
one.
end of the Direct, yeah.
That's the only thing I
Because like
saw.
these were like highly requested, like long time requested characters. And I was really surprised at how long it took for Simon Belmont to get in. Because remember, he was like from the NES era.
Yeah, that's
For
true.
Nintendo, so it's so surprising how it took that
But man,
long.
Konami can be a bitch.
I know, but they still got Snake, so
That was true.
That's true.
yeah. And now Bomberman's an assist trophy, so yeah. Shovel Knight is an assist trophy. Oh, that was so surprising that Shovel Knight is an assist trophy because like
cool.
yeah, like what it means for like indie companies, like to make it that big that you need to be featured in Smash. So
Just waiting for Sans or something now.
Nah, Samson's not gonna make it. In the end, it's gonna be Papyrus.
oh, but I feel
Tammy.
like for Anicon we need to pretty much explain what Anicon is because for there's a lot of people who don't really know what it is.
Basically, it's your typical anime convention, except in Hong Kong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's anime game convention.
Yes.
Yeah, supposedly I was gonna get a booth there, which I never got.
Rip.
Yeah, so.
So I think the full name is the Anime and Games Convention.
Yeah,
I believe that's
AG
what.
Con or whatever.
Yeah, ACG.
Anime
HK.
comics and games, right?
Yeah, anime, comics, and games, and that's basically what you expect: anime, comics, games. You know, people who like that sort of thing.
Dress up for that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
but
We could have
pretty
queued
much
up for a lot of games demo, but we didn't because the queues like extend
Really
all
long.
over.
really
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
Like, there was only one game I was really interested in trying, and that was a Spider-Man game. The
There
queue
was
for that was like,
basically all the
Massive.
PS4 games
yeah.
were.
Sony had a huge booth.
Yeah,
Or
so
a couple of booths actually.
Yeah, I feel like a quick way to summarize what Anicon is. It's pretty much like PAX but in Hong Kong in a way.
PAX
I
was
don't think-
more anime.
Yeah, PAX is more anime. Or say I guess it would be like more like Comic Con, I guess.
That would be
With-
closer, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. I think
Comic Con
with
with more games.
but I think it's closer than
Yeah,
saying.
can we think
'cause,
about any other conventions that does games, comics, and anime?
It's E3 without the investors, or the games, or the.
I went to a thing called Asia Pop Comic Con once, and it was pretty much games, anime, and comics.
Okay.
Paul Bettany was there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. But like the reason why we wanted to go there, I just want to play some dancing games. But
Yeah, pretty much. They wanted to go there to see Wes triumph in the dancing exploits. I'll ask for York.
Oh, and the
There was no
other
Xbox.
thing that's really different from, I guess, Western Comic Cons would be the amount of mobile games
Yes.
featured.
There was a lot of mobile games this year.
There was that
Yeah.
really trashy VR whatever game that ran at slideshow speeds. It was like some weird tower capture thing.
yeah, it's like snipers and stuff.
It
But
was it
they looked very like
not impressive.
That didn't look that bad to me. I mean, like, maybe the monitors were just terrible.
Maybe they had some sort of connection issue. I
Yeah,
don't know,
but-
it didn't leave a good impression.
I
either
mean,
way.
but the people playing the game seemed to, like,
Be okay.
Yeah.
So maybe some visual issue.
Mm.
And there were, let's see, there were lots of PUBG, there were lots of Hearthstone,
Mm-hmm.
there were
Yeah.
lots of... the booth I was gonna get was an indie games booth, which they promised 30 slots for, and in the end they gave out 29 slots because one of the slots had to be used for administration stuff. And I was placed 32nd on the waiting list, which the first 29 got their spaces, right? And one of them quit before me, so I was technically on the 31st. So if one more person quit, if they didn't lie to me about the 30 spaces, then I would have gotten, but no. They had to lie.
Yeah,
Rip.
but in the end, you did say that maybe it wasn't such a bad thing because
Yeah.
we actually went to look around the indie games booths, and one of the guys we knew from a Hong Kong sort of meetup group was there, and he had complaints because it's positioned right next to this like huge stage.
Yeah.
It was just like playing
Yeah.
music constantly. So it was a deafening experience.
It's pretty much like a concert. You could feel
Yeah.
the vibrations
Yeah.
in, like, your chest and stuff.
Yeah.
Oy, boy.
A lot of like sort of events. So there was like a King of Fighters thing, and I think there's sometimes like singing. He said.
yeah, there was a concert. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a band
so-
was there. I think it's like we saw from like the event timeline, and they did show there was going to be a band going.
Yeah.
gonna be over
Yeah,
there.
not interested in that. And then I bought a t-shirt.
You did.
Yeah.
I didn't wear it today, but
Nah, that's
I
fine.
mean, there's no video evidence to show anyway.
yeah, it says careful, panda always watching you.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess this is Anicon, so we can kind of this was just me want to talk about. I want to talk about Evo. So if you guys don't know what Evo is, it's pretty much like the World Cup for fighting games.
Right, yeah, of course.
So there were a lot of great games like Dragon Ball Fighters, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5 was really good. And well, those are the games that were like.
Did they demo any stuff, or is it all already released?
Oh,
stuff?
they have reviews. Like they had that like reveals of like more characters or more stuff in the future, more content in the future, at the end of the tournament. But like for example, in the Dragon Ball Fighters tournament, they revealed another character, Cooler, which is Frieza's brother. But in Street Fighter V, they revealed 2 more characters. And and so on and so on. That's how they usually go. Because
I asked primarily because of that Jump Force thing.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think there was any news on the Jump Force.
Okay.
No.
That's good though. That game doesn't look good.
It's strange.
I mean, has there been gameplay for that game though?
I don't know.
So
I mean, how are you gonna pit Light Yagami against like Goku?
I mean, you make a fair point. But still,
It's
I mean,
some nerdy guy with a book.
you're still. I mean, we're still
Maybe
basing this off
it's
of.
like Phoenix Wright versus anyone, But they make that work.
Phoenix Wright in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. He became like one of the most unique fighting game characters ever.
So there's still.
How does he work
possibility.
actually? I have no
Because
idea.
like so Phoenix Wright was all about like finding evidence and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's got 3 modes: investigate mode, court mode, I think that's what it's called, and the objection mode. So pretty much, so the investigation mode, you're trying to find evidence. It's RNG. Pretty much what you pick up is there's like bad evidence, but there's like right evidence. But then you can throw away junk, to take out this projectile and stuff. But but pretty much if you get all 3.
Correct evidence.
All 3 correct evidence. It will highlight like if it's like gray, like very like dark is bad evidence, but if it's highlighted yellow, that means it's good evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So you do an input to get into court mode, and so you can present the evidence, and it becomes a projectile. Every item can be a different projectile. Like for example, if you present a knife, it'll be like 3 beams or like 3 projectiles will come out. If you like present a vase, and then a projectile like that goes like an arc projects, and so on and so on. But the main goal, once you have all 3 evidence, and you can get into court mode, your like in normal mode you just have to hold it, and the hold it the sign will show and it's a hitbox. But then if you're in court mode, all 3 good evidence, you can shout objection, and if you hit confirm the objection, you go into objection mode, and pretty much he's like superpower. Like he can like point his finger, and like a giant finger will shoot out and knock people back. But then but this is how you activate his level 3. It's the most powerful move, which is pretty much like the verdict will pronounce him guilty. So pretty much it's a full screen, one frame attack, and you pretty much your character goes like gets into like the witness thing, like the stand, and then Phoenix Wright will do like the table slam. It's like the person who committed the crime, it was you, and the character does like the anime shock thing. Like, any character will do that. It was like so funny to see like so like greedy characters do like the anime shock thing. And then you just like at the end of it, it's like it's time to pay for your crimes. Take that. And then the explosion happens. It's amazing. It's like that. Phoenix Wright is just like the best character in that game because of that.
I mean, it would work similarly for Light, right? Because he needs a name, so it's a bunch of like.
Yeah.
It depends on how they do it though.
Yeah. I mean, if it's Goku, hey, what's your name? Goku. Thanks.
No, you can wait 40 seconds before it activates. So after you write the name, you need to make sure in the 40 seconds you get knocked out.
I mean, good luck with Goku and that insta teleport.
But pretty much like the main thing I wanted to talk about, Evo. So Dragon, are you guys familiar with the player Sonic Fox?
Sorry, what?
Sonic Fox. Okay, so Sonic Fox, he's
familiar with Sonic. And I'm vaguely familiar with Fox, but did they have a kid?
He's like 20 years old. He's like 1 year younger than us.
So yeah, Sonic Fox went pro when he was.
Oh, he's
like,
a real person.
Yeah.
Oh.
He went pro when he was like super young.
Okay.
And when he was like when did he go pro? Like,
I don't remember. It was just a while
basically,
ago.
this kid comes onto the scene out of nowhere and starts.
He became like the best NetherRealm player.
He goes on to start liberally handing asses of professional players back to them. Kid from nowhere starts to stomp like, ooh, what Perfect Legend was the
Perfect Legend was a long time like Mortal Kombat Pro.
Yeah, and he's like very like lauded for like, you know, just how good he was, yeah. And then him and Sonic Fox got into like beef, right? And so they tried to settle it through MKX, right? Yeah. And then it was like, I don't know the end score. It was like what? It was like.
It was really close, I think. Wait, I was talking about Evo, the like 2 years ago, Evo. I think.
No, I'm not talking about Evo. I'm talking about private beef that they settled.
Oh right, I don't think I really know much about that.
Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Sonic Fox beat Perfect Legend like double digits to 0. Yeah, and it was really bad. And then he tried it again, same result, double digits to 0, and it was just like, okay, well.
Yeah, so it's just pretty much like he's in the end he's like Mortal Kombat, he's like one of the best. Injustice, he's like one of the best. He's like one of the best for the NetherRealm Studios games. So recently he kind of grew out of the Injustice 2 meta because he's getting really tired of the zoners and stuff. It's really boring to him now. So he decided to go. I want to play Dragon Ball Fighters. Ever since he came out, he was more interested in that, and now he wanted to be competing for it. So he got into the top 8 and he won. He won. And by the way, this is one of your lasting. This is like one of the images you see. This is like one of the images you will see. He's a furry, by the way.
Oh
yeah. Wow.
just seeing that as like the lasting image of of a tournament, a fighting game tournament, and that's the last image you see. It's like a gay black furry holding up the trophy, the first place trophy of a Dragon Ball fighting tournament.
Wow. Okay.
And my God, people were so salty because it's a furry winning the whole thing.
I mean, I don't judge, but
yeah, I'm like, chase your king. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I've always been bad at fighting games, so.
Agreed.
But,
agreed.
yeah.
The best one is the one here.
The only one I've ever
really
been like remotely good at was Skullgirls.
Heard a lot of things about Skullgirls. Is it good?
It's really good.
Yeah, I'll say it's really good. Really good tutorial. It's like I really appreciate fighting games that give a really good tutorial. Like
which is the one with the ball that you hit around?
Lethal League?
Yeah, that.
I mean, that's not really a fighting
count?
game. It's more of a party game, I think.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you compete. I think I'm in the same boat. I don't think it's more of like a fighting game, but you do. There's like a competitive nature to it. I mean, I guess you're just hitting a ball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get a lot of. You can't get as deep as a fighting game just by having one move that alters the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
every
like
character
Smash,
has one
because like Smash is surprisingly very in depth. So, speaking of Smash, like it's Smash Melee.
There's that other fighting game that is kind of not in depth, but kind of boils it down a fighting game to its essence.
Jump kick.
Dive kick.
Oh, dive kick.
Dive kick was supposed to be a satire.
Yeah.
On like the fighting game community, because like if you're really like in the fighting game community, you get all the references. Because like the reason why dive kick is like a prominent thing, because usually in fighting game meta, characters with dive kicks are usually top tier.
Yeah.
So that's
you can close the gap, and it's hard to block, and
so that's the reason why they made a whole game to center around dive kicks. It was like, oh, this is very much fighting games, lol. So that's the whole joke. But pretty much all the characters are references to other characters who has dive kicks. So yeah, it's a very comical thing. But back to the evil thing in Smash Bros. Melee. The grand finals was like Armada. Armada was a two-time champion at Evo for Melee, but then the other guy is called Leffen. He's like a newcomer, and he beats him 3-0. Like so, it's like like one like the big upset to see. It's just like he 3-0 a 2-time champion. You know, it's just put that into perspective. So
It's like putting it into manga. It's like those in the manga you usually have that veteran. Yeah, you have that veteran that's like rivals with the main character, and then goes, "Yeah, we'll see you in the finals," and then.
Don't they have that in Octopath?
Did they?
The arena event for Ulbrich.
I didn't go through Ulbrich's story yet. I went through it. Yeah, I didn't go through his story yet.
Well, you don't fight the arena champion. You fight the arena champion in the semi-finals. And in the finals, there's a guy who's like, see you in the finals, and you obviously fight him. It's pretty anime, actually, that arc.
Yeah, you like... Yeah, and then all the side characters are like, oh man, he's the 2-times champion of Evo. If he's referencing you by name, you know you're pretty good. And then like this 2-times champion just gets wiped on the floor with like,
Nani?
you don't even see the fight. Yeah, you don't even see the fight. You just see his
aftermath. It's like he's like face down on the floor, exhausted. Like 3-0.
Anyway, I think we can. I mean, there's nothing really much else to talk about Evo because you guys don't read that.
No,
unfortunately not.
That into it. So we're going to talk about some news now. So here's like one of the news I first saw was Hi-Rez Studios. Their teams had now split into 3.
Oh.
So each of their teams are now focused on each of their games. So like
Hi-Rez
Smite, Paladins, and Realm Royale. Those 3 teams are now split into those 3 games.
Okay.
So on their PC Gamer made an article on it. It says Hi-Rez Studios has announced it's establishing 3 new and separate developers. Company known for its free-to-play multiplayer games such as Paladins and Smite is dividing its resources to a trio of new studios that will be overseen by general management. So pretty much, Hi-Rez is now a publisher.
Basically they're pulling on Google.
Huh?
That's what Google did, right? They restructured and now they're all owned by Alphabet.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, but now Hi-Rez is now like a publishing name. So, but like all those 3 studios are under the umbrella of Hi-Rez. So, but because it's a good thing this is happening because now their studios can now focus on this on one.
Yeah,
every team is now focusing on
Hi-Rez, right? Hi-Rez has always given me the impression that they get a project to a certain point, and then they just never work on that project ever again. Like Tribes Ascend. I used to play that game like for a bit. I didn't follow it because it was way too difficult for me. But like all the comments I've gotten out of that game are like all my experience was it's a really good game, and it was developed on for 2 months after release, and then they never touched it again. And then they just went on to make Smite. And then Smite's been lasting all this time, but once they drop the ball, they're never gonna go back to it again. Like, but nah, like, they got bought by, I think they got bought by at least they got a pretty huge share by some Chinese companies as well.
Yeah, because like I remember when Paladins, like
it's a pretty safe guess, yeah.
Like when Paladins was coming around, people were really concerned because like we were worried about Hi-Rez. Oh, what if this becomes another Tribes Ascend situation?
Yeah.
So thankfully, like because the community stuck its ground and it was slowly growing, they really like made Paladins like its own like IP properly, and then it kicked off. So there's like more to it. So the 3 new studios are called Titan Forge Games, Evil Mojo Games, and Heroic League Games. Can you let's play a game? Which one of those names are which
Why
game?
see? Oh wait, no shit. No, that's Fortnite. Never mind. Fuck. No. Wait, no. Wait.
Say the names
So
again.
Titan Forge.
That's Smite.
Titan Forge
yeah,
Games.
Yeah.
And yes, Titan Forge Games is Smite.
I mean, Titan, right?
So
Yes.
okay, and then there's
Makes
Evil Mojo Games.
Evil Mojo?
Mojo, yeah.
Evil.
Like evil.
Oh, Evil Mojo. And then the other one is something jump.
Heroic League Games.
Heroic League.
Oh, well, Heroic Leap's probably Realm Royale.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Isn't that one of the abilities?
I mean, like, I'd
One
assume
of the
because you just
tactics.
jump from the thing, right? You leap from, not the hot air balloon, is it? I can't remember what the thing is, but you leap. And you know how in like Fortnite, you get your umbrella.
You get the
In
bus
PUBG,
and then you
you get
parachute down.
PUBG, you get your
Yeah,
parachute.
you know what? In Tab G, it's the best.
In Tab G, you get fired out of a cannon.
I know,
Yeah.
Tachi just like flung a ragdoll across.
It's the same thing as Realm Royale. You leap from the thing, and you like you 3-point land, hero dive on wherever you land. You don't pull a shoot. You don't
Okay.
Yeah, because
you just land.
because the Realm Royale is more fantasy based.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well,
which-
still, Tab G is the best.
Yes,
Royale.
there's so many of these like Royale games. I don't know which is which. So
Same.
There's
Yeah.
one that a lot of people play, which I think is actually a mobile game, maybe or not. I don't remember, but it's got like forging equipment and stuff, and so dotted around the map are like.
I think this is Realm Royale.
Is it?
Yes.
No, I thought it was like Royal something because Clash. No, that's
No,
not it.
no. Clash Royale is a
Bit
different
different.
thing.
yeah.
I don't know. I get them all mixed up.
Yeah, they have Royale in the game in name, so
Yeah.
very easy to. Okay, so Chris Larson, formerly the executive producer for Smite and Paladins, will now be the general manager for the first party studios, overseeing all three of the teams. And he said like the whole point of why this is coming. So quote the establishment of Titanforge, Heroic Leaps, and Evil Mojo at standalone studios enables each of our development teams to fulfill their maximum potential and stay hyper-focused on serving the individual communities. So obviously that's pretty
Are
much
they
what we
gonna
said early on.
share anything though? Because I imagine like server load and stuff should be
Yeah.
all equally divided.
Yeah, but
Because I mean they're all multiplayer online blah 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 games, so I feel like them all having separate servers would be a bit of a waste.
I'm not sure how that would work.
For the longest time, I liked Smite. I even bought the All Heroes pack. And I mained this little tree dude called Sylvanus. And
They both
That's,
have
that's,
trees.
that's a WoW character, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's why I pronounce it Sylvanus, not Sylvanas. Because he's this little tree dude who like throws lobs seeds and the seeds explode and shit. And he's a support character. So what he does is he plants like trees on lanes, and these trees become like regen aura fields. So all you do is you sit in it. You just sit in it. People come close, you start tossing shit at them. And because you have like basically no attack skills, so all you can do is throw shit at them. And you bait them to dive you because you'd be so annoying. Like all your attacks are like AoE, so when you hug the tower, you can just clear waves because like you're just tossing shit, and then people come at you like, oh, get out of my lane, and then start hitting you, and then like, oh nope, I have heals, I have armor up, no, I have the regen aura, yeah, oh you're running away, no, come back.
No, I remember a Smite game, and there was an ARAM mode, so all random or mid, and that game lasted for almost an hour.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I like Sylvanus was like never picked aside from me when I played. I have seen him like twice.
The
And
only
he was
thing-
that at the time he was even the new shiny hero. Like, he was the new one, and he was still never picked because he isn't a dude with big muscles or a girl with huge boobs.
The
Oh.
only characters that I think I know from Smite are Ra,
Yeah, I played
and then
Raw.
the Yeti guy. I can't remember.
Ymir.
Yeah, that one.
That's a Norse giant.
The
Titan.
Frost
Norse
Giant.
Frost Giant.
Yeah.
Is
So-
Thor in the game?
Yeah, Thor,
Yeah,
Odin.
Thor.
Or just be like, you're dead. I said I'd kill you.
But yeah, the reason why I like talking about High West because like it's like one of the companies I'm more interested in.
Yeah, I think you play
joining.
Paladins quite a bit.
Yeah. Again, because I play Paladins a lot, and Paladins is like one of the games that make me like make art. You know,
Yeah.
like because like I'm all, like when a game lets me like get inspiration or gets me to make fan art of the game, it usually has more of a soft spot for me because like I'm now like it's like finally bringing out the art side in me.
You know, I tend to agree. That's why I got into Splatoon in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, the like initial like presentation of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Was like immediate selling point.
Yeah, that's what got me to buy a Wii U actually.
But yeah, okay.
But
so
the Switch version is pretty bad. I don't like Splatoon 2.
Oh.
I
yeah,
don't like.
you
So
talked about that.
you said.
Yeah, you said that last time. So okay, so now we're going to move on to I guess this is a much bigger topic.
no.
China freezes all game
Oh.
licenses approvals.
Yeah.
Freezes what?
China freezes all game license approvals.
Wow.
Yeah. They posted about this in the Game Dev Happy Hour chat.
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
when was this?
Last week? Something like that. A couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, the whole like Monster Hunter
Everyone.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started
they got
the
in
Monster
trouble.
Hunter World, like it just suddenly got canned. Like
Yeah.
get out of here kind of thing.
No.
So I'll just read this article again for PC Gamer. So China has frozen all approvals of game licenses amid a government shakeup. Bloomberg reported that it has been 4 months since China's regulators approved any new games for sale in the market. According to people familiar with the matter, also declined to be named. Oh jeez. Okay. The freeze has occurred due to ongoing restructuring of departments within the Chinese government, including the National Television and Radio Administration, which is responsible for granting licenses, and the Ministry of Culture and Tourism,
Yeah.
which has become increasingly stringent
Yeah.
Mhm.
about game regulation in the last couple of years.
Yeah, the culture administration, right? They're notorious for like they don't do anything if you're like your Chinese brand. So, because if you're from China, then they don't need to do any regulations because you're already part of the thing. But if you're from the outside, so like back in the days when WoW first got into China, it was the culture department that censored everything, and it wasn't because of taboo. It was actually because of money.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they didn't want the outer games to be competing with the games from the inside. So they gave all these reasons for them to make changes, and which Blizzard did comply until Wrath of the Lich King, which the thing that they tried to tell Blizzard to do was you can show no bones.
Really?
Yeah, you can show no bones. It's just that. No bones.
Okay.
So,
The whole point of Wrath of the Lich King. Wait, what about undead characters then?
no bones.
So what? Did you see like flesh on them?
Yeah, like these parts are remodeled
Yeah,
to
it's just-
not show the bones.
Yeah, just really pale,
And then, yeah,
pale skin.
The
and stuff.
jaws, there are some
Yeah,
character
there's like
skins.
one no jaw, right?
Yeah, there are character skins with no jaws, right? Those are like jawed, with like
Stitches
then-
or something.
yeah, with stitches and shit. And then there are some that like with a bone showing from the jaw.
Mm.
Those got remodeled to be basically bald jaw, so they have like very few jaw options.
Should just like, I'm just gonna disable the mesh renderer for bones. Done.
Yeah, so the problem with Wrath of the Lich King was because right in the opening cinematic, the Frostworm comes in. The Frostworms are those skeletal blue dragons, right? The first one that comes in is Saffron the Frostworm. Fills up the whole screen in the login screen.
Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to.
Yeah, in the end, all the Frostworms just became blue dragons.
I see.
And it took Blizzard over a year to get Wrath of the Lich King approved by the Culture Administration, and by that time, like most of the Chinese players already moved on.
Yeah. Okay. So there's more to the article. It says currently there's no clear leadership within these departments, and the bureaucrats are reluctant to take any risk allowing new products onto the market. This is especially the case with games which, alongside the potential to include content that the government considers dissent. Is that the word? Like DISS.
Yeah, descend.
Okay. Have a negative reputation for their perceived addictive qualities. So the recent loot box craze has caused additional scrutiny,
Yeah.
with the government viewing this as a very close to gambling. So it's very
Yeah,
different.
like that's fair though. Loot
Yeah.
boxing.
So-
I mean, everyone else's thing.
So here comes the major
But yeah,
part.
that's why they're so stringent on MMOs, Monster Hunter World, because these are like the time killer type games.
Yeah.
And
So here we go for like the major cause of this situation. So the freeze has caused chaos in the world's largest gaming market, particularly for Tencent, which has lost $150 billion of its market value since the start of the year. Tencent is still waiting for license approval for the desktop versions for PUBG
yeah.
and Fortnite. Along with the mobile versions of PUBG, last week, Tencent was forced to pull Monster Hunter World from sale on its distribution services on account of licensing issues. So again, that's the recent the news before this article came out. So yeah, it was all coming together from this.
If even Tencent is having problems,
Yeah, then everyone's gonna.
Yeah, they even say it here. So meanwhile, the freeze has sent shockwaves throughout the industry as Tencent distribute games in China for some of the world's biggest publishers, including Activision Blizzard and EA. The Japanese game industry has suffered too, with Capcom's shares dropping 2.7% and Konami falling 4.2% in the wake of their freeze being reported.
I thought Konami would be less affected because they're now pretty much only Japan. But wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, so say and
the
so.
biggest audience.
Wait, they dropped 2% since the announcement.
Capcom dropped 2.7% and Konami dropped falling 4.2%.
In a week.
In the wake of the freeze.
Yeah, I know, but the freeze was when? A week ago?
From 4 months, wasn't it?
Oh, it was 4 months ago.
No,
The article was published 5 days ago. So.
Yeah, but so I thought
whenever they announced these.
Oh yeah. Bloomberg has reported it's been 4 months since Chinese regulators.
Okay.
But I mean,
feel like no one would have noticed until Bloomberg reported it. Though.
Yeah, because
because not the investors don't want to pay attention. To
yeah, that's true.
Because who do you want your shareholders to share this information? So no.
I wonder how much 2% in China means to Capcom because everywhere else it's been on the rise because of Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, you gotta remember small percentages for big companies are a very major thing. So,
Yeah.
That's true, but
I mean, what 2% of $1 billion? What is that?
that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so the last paragraph of the article says, while a game company as large as Tencent will almost certainly be able to withstand the freeze, a more pressing concern is smaller developers who have to close down if the freeze continues. It appears this will be the case. Fiona Bloomberg, Alicia Yap of CDC Group's Pan Asia Internet Research commented that the freeze is unlikely to end anytime soon. For new game approvals, they will continue to be a drag, she said. If they previously didn't get an approval, it seems they will have to continue to be on hold on that. So,
you see, that's the only reason why I'm not a big fan of China. Ever since I've lived there when I was but a wee boy.
But a wee lad.
Yeah. When I was a wee lad and I lived there, the internet was bad, but I bared.
Ooh, the rhymes coming in.
And then these MMOs came in and it was the only games I could play online with my brothers. Which was true because aside from MMOs, what would you play with your brothers, right? Good time wasters, and then it would be 2 months in after I've already invested the 2 months, got somewhere, made a few online friends, then BAM! IP block.
Whoa.
Always like that.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
That's painful.
China.
And then
Trump.
Yeah. And then they blocked Google, and then I was like, oh
Facebook,
man.
Twitter.
I don't even use Facebook back then, so it didn't affect me.
Yeah.
But Google, can't even Google shit. Every time I wanna, let me just go on Wikipedia. Oh.
Baidu it is.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they block all the major search sites, Yahoo's blocked.
Yeah. Bing isn't.
Oh.
You can go onto cn.bing.com.
Oh. I remember when Ask Jeeves was a thing.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Wasn't that still around?
It
I
is
used to be
somewhere.
No, sure.
I used to be very.
Archived.
Yeah.
I used to be very immature with the. Because Ask Jeeves has that butler dude, right?
Yeah.
But when you hover over him, your mouse becomes a hand click thing, right? And I would poke at his nose, and I would just repeatedly poke at his nose.
No. Things we do when you're kids.
Yeah.
Then there was the Ask Jeeves Kids version.
I don't even remember that.
ajkids.com. Oh yeah.
That was a thing?
Yeah.
What? Why would
I
they?
don't know what the difference was. We were set questions. You could just click and find out.
What would be the point?
You filter out all the porn.
Probably.
Porn.
All the,
No.
all the
Although I hear Bing is good for porn.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. Better than Google. Anyway.
Okay, I feel like we're out of things to talk. We're running out of things to talk about. So I think we're going to end the podcast right now. So we're going to do some ending and closing statements. So for me to plug, later tonight I'm having another session of Monster Prom with three of my other friends.
Oh, nice.
So the friends you see in the Random Moments of Friends group. So three of them are going to be joining me for another session of Monster Prom.
Sweet.
So yeah, a whole different cast of people. So who knows how they're going to react or how
Yeah.
their voices are going to be. Or another,
Hopefully they're gonna all fail like we did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel really bad
Oh.
if they do well.
Yeah.
Hey man, I sat at home with a book.
Like
I did
I was probably the least bad ending of the bunch.
I mean, you got a special secret ending. It's cool.
no, about Tristan, he got their.
No, I
he got their,
sat home with the book.
No,
Yeah.
but remember who got beaten up?
Oh, I did.
You got.
No, you got
I got
your
beaten
ass
up.
whooped,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
I
yeah,
should
yeah,
ask
yeah.
Scott for help.
Yeah, the cage fight.
Wait, what ending did you get?
I was just like, oh,
He
you're
chose
a
not to
loser.
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
chose not to
he
go.
chose not to go, and then it will still fail because he didn't get anything else. So.
Alright. And then
It's like you got
I
a
had like the most least bad ending, and I was just the one who got dumped normally.
Yeah, you just got rejected.
Oh,
No, you
yeah.
just got rejected. That's
Yeah.
it.
No, I was like, oh, and then years pass, you found a wife, you have kids, and then they found out you never went to Monster Prom, and
Yeah.
you got divorced instantly. I was like,
Oh.
what?
Oh, that's.
Oh right, my ending was like similar because like you got dumped at Monster Prom,
Yeah.
and then your wife divorced you because
No, dude, this is so rough, dude.
It's pretty good fun, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like for other things we're doing, like we're gonna try to do a D&D session on Wednesday.
Mm.
So, but again, we don't know how we're gonna stream that. Probably not because there's so much to work with. So yeah, it'll just be us playing D&D.
Stream the podcast. You can
Nah,
just stream
nah.
like a podcast format.
Nah,
you don't
no.
need to like actually like record anything.
No,
Yeah.
man. There are audio podcasts in D&D groups.
Yeah.
It's fine.
yeah, whatever.
I mean, you don't need to record it though. That's
Oh,
fine.
maybe
Just
I'll
have
make
fun.
my character Scottish again. It's gonna be like Tommius Mc Dramaticus.
Tommy's Mook Dramaticus.
Or just want to hear me beat Jersey Shore. It just
The Jersey Shore. the attempt at the Russian accent. I thought that was hilarious. Now I will be Zeshira Modahir. But to my friends, Zesh. I am a Tabaxi rogue, but you may just call me a Khajiit.
A what?
A Khajiit.
No, Tabaxi?
Yeah, Tabaxi. That's the
They're
cat. race.
cat people.
Yeah, they're pretty much
Oh.
Khajiit. So we just call him Khajiit for short. Just like,
Khajiita's coin.
If you have
Khajiit
wares.
has coin if you
Wait.
have wares.
Khajiita wheels.
No, Khajiit has wares if you have coins. No, it works the other way around.
As an
too.
adventurer, though.
yeah.
It works.
but yeah, so pretty much it's me DMing the game. So it's my own lore. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Because like everyone else has their own lore and stuff. So but
Yeah,
we're
like
just
I have my
DMing.
own lore as well.
Yeah,
What
so-
are you, actually?
Me?
Yeah.
I have not decided. Maybe a kobold. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to stick with the standard core.
Oh right. Let me go look.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really matter.
Was
It's
it
like,
gonna be
as
like,
long as like it's part of the lore.
Aaron
like,
Coker or something.
If you want it, I'd say like of all the races, Aarakocra is the one you're gonna have to get DM's approval on, because
I don't know what they are.
They're
They're just
bird,
first on the list. I'm like, what is that?
they're
it's
bird people,
Bird people.
but they can fly.
Yeah.
That's broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, no,
broken.
I have 4 NPCs that will be. You can choose one of them to come along your journey.
Yeah, well,
But they'll come along for each heist or for each mission, pretty much.
mm.
So like, but they have their drawbacks. They want a cut. They want their own cut.
Fuck
Hey.
no, of course.
So
Nah, mate, we can do this ourselves. 3-man team. It's all me.
so yeah, it's just what like me want to make like a 4-man party.
So basically, it's Payday but fantasy.
Yeah, it's my version of Payday, pretty much.
Cool.
I mean, not all of them are going to be heists and stuff, and all that. That'll be.
I'm gonna
too
be a
much.
paladin, and I'm gonna be righteous good, and we're lawful good.
Oh, I'm a good character. I'm neutral good, I think.
Okay. Anyway, so that's this is it for the stream. So
Cool.
I don't know.
Every time you guys try to break the law, I will be like, No, you can't break the law. That's going to hurt people.
You can't just steal this money. This is other people's money.
We gotta shank him. We gotta shank him before we.
I don't shank. I'm a warlock.
Oh, I have
Okay.
to shank him.
Yeah.
Okay, so goodbye everyone. We'll probably do this some other time. Maybe, who knows? We do this when we feel like it.
One day in the future.
Bye bye.